everyone. We are now live. Hi, chat. Welcome to the Hellion Art Show. Today I am here with AC and Nick Zamudio and Chimera and myself. I'm Rini Draws. I'm the host of this show, the very disorganized host of the show, also the creator of FIENDISH on Indiegogo. So, welcome today. I don't know what's going to happen. I invited some other people, so I have no idea who's going to hop on. I suppose the plan was to, I wanted to have like a topic conversation, so we're going to talk about our favorite manga. Someone suggested last time that we should talk about our top 10 favorite manga, so that's what I'm going to do. But other than that, we're going to promote our work. Chimera has a comic, I have a comic, AC and Nick we're all comic creators, so we're going to show some of our work and annoy everybody with that. And otherwise, I was going to do a swimsuit drawing today. I don't know if I'm going to get to it, but I will try. All right, so you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure.
Oh, you sound so enthusiastic. Thank you.
Hey everybody, again, Nick Zamudio, Ink-Imp online, Twitter, Blogspot, and the like. Currently coloring Fiendish for a change. But I'm having to take turns here with AC because I use certain monitor and you guys can see that back of my head while I work today because my computer can't handle it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nick's dinosaur computer that hates everything. Well, cool. I'm glad both of you could join today. Usually it's only one of you guys, or mostly it's Nick, because AC is shy. But I'm glad you guys are here. Yay! All right. So AC, what about you? You don't come on here a lot.
No, I don't. I'm shy. Yeah, I'm AC Zamudio. You can find me by AC Zamudio on Twitter and Instagram. And I'm currently working on a project that's still under wraps, so I can't really talk about it. But I guess Irene, we were talking about like how I'm gonna help you with some of the Fiendish stuff, but that might be stuff for later in the show.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, both Nick and AC are working on some Fiendish stuff for me. I have roped them in because I can't do everything myself. I want to, but I realize I am human. I might die if I have to do everything myself. So,
I should probably clarify. I'm the artist for Shadow Roads. I've worked on 6 Gun miniseries, so just to put those out there.
Yes. So, both AC and Nick have worked on Shadow Roads, which is what is it? It's an Oni book?
Mm-hmm.
Oni Press book? Cool, yeah. Yay! Let's see, who's here? What about is here? Hello!
Hello!
The Rat! I love that name, by the way. Hello, everyone. Where is Pale Rider? Of course. I wonder what kind of trouble I can create. I'm sure you will find a way to create some trouble. I have faith in you. I believe in you. Eric McIntyre, hello! And Woodrow, yay! Ooh, maybe we could talk about some D&D today, because Woodrow's here. That'll be awesome.
Hey, Eric.
I like how Nick just, like, spun. He's just like, huh? D&D. Cool. Frog G. Yay! Oliver! Yeah! Welcome! Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so Chimera, you're pretty much a regular at this point, but why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to torture everyone on the panel today.
I mean, but you always do that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So everyone ignore the JoJo icon. That's just our.
Oh, okay.
That's just a random.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Much better. I was waiting for that. I needed that. Yeah. Now I can. Now I feel the love shining through. All right.
Oh my gosh.
No! Seriously, someday I feel like I will just like instinctively I'll just like spaz out and I don't know. I will kick you off that stream if I have to see that too many times. I fucking hate that show. It's so disgusting.
Oh,
you don't like CalArts? You don't like CalArts, Irene?
I mean, no, I love CalArts so much. Yeah. Oh, clearly that's what I'm. That's what I like. Chris is here! Holy shit! You actually caught a show. Awesome. Hey. No, I'm not exactly a Colors fan. I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of there's some kind of sublime, deep meaning to it, and it's like it's this new art form that's gonna take over. I just don't understand it. I'm not cultivated enough. No, it's bullshit. It looks like shit. I fucking hate CalArts art style. Oh my fucking god.
Very judgmental of you, Irene.
Are you surprised? I've told you I'm kind of a bitch, but I tone it way down on my streams. And you know that. So, yeah. Oh, all right. Thank you, Chris. Yeah.
I was actually
Bye, Chimera.
I was actually
Just kidding. Oh shit.
Before we got into this.
That's some old lore right there.
It's what?
Some old comic skate lore. Kicking someone. There used to be a kid. Well, actually, he's still around. Nasser. He was a writer, and people would say "kick Nasser," and then
Dan is here.
oh,
Is
good.
that that's that CG lore? I thought it's like just general YouTubeism.
A little
Fucking
bit of
screen.
both.
I'm gonna like
So-
move something.
Oh,
Dan
Dan's-
is here. Hello.
Yes, Dan,
Hey.
So
Dan is actually doing a sketch card for me, and he did it very
I
fast.
am, and I'm currently streaming on my channel as well.
Very
Really?
fast.
Are you? The streams are crossing. Wait, you're
They
currently
are.
streaming? So
They are.
wait, how are you doing this? They can like.
Well, I got my
okay.
phone.
Oh, you
I'm
had your. I
streaming-
was like, you're on like a new angle and everything.
Billy
So,
Basco and Death Metal Hero say hello.
hello,
Okay.
Billy Basco is also in my chat.
They
The streams
Wait,
are
what?
crossing. I was watching
streams are crossing?
Yeah, I was watching. What was I was watching that stream yesterday where like, what was it? Shane and Malin and EVS were all streaming at the same time, but on separate.
Oh my
streams.
god.
But like the same people were in the chat. I'm like, how are you guys managing this? I'm not sure
Yeah,
what's happening.
I'm only gonna be doing mine for a little bit longer because I think Dan Frega is doing his draw along his Frega June thing.
Oh yeah, it was on
and-
Fraga's channel. Yeah. So Fraga's
Yeah,
channel
and
was streaming.
he sent me an invite for that, so I'm kind of expected to be over there. It's like everybody's streaming tonight. It's like I was like, well, we'll see if
know.
I can be on mine and Irene's at the same time.
That's
Like,
awesome. There are too many streams. Oh right, it was Bancroft. I'm so mean.
Yeah.
Because I've been on Bancroft. Right. I forgot whose channel it was. It was Bancroft
So-
channel. That was epic. I was trying to contribute to the chaos.
Yes, he finished a sketch card for me very fast. He's
How's
so
that
fast.
Oh yeah.
Did you know he's
awesome.
fast, Irene?
is that a better
No,
smart?
I didn't know. Please tell me more about how fast he is. Fucking hell. That looks great.
Thanks.
Sweet. That's so
Oh, gosh, I
cool.
know.
Cool.
Let me see.
I didn't notice you're holding it up. Oh, that's nice, dude.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah,
Working-
AC, you weren't on last time, but he always has awesome
On
stuff to
some
show.
Goblin
He's
Girl stuff.
wow.
ridiculously fast, and it makes everybody
Rush.
angry.
Can you bring it a
Did
little
you-
closer?
I did.
Hey, Dan, did you ever work for the mainstream or any indie companies?
This is probably my favorite panel I drew today. Is this one here in the corner?
Dan.
I gotta do shadows on it, but
Nice, yeah,
This is
like
the
those
page I did
shadows. I like that
earlier.
paneling too.
Don't know.
I did this one this morning with Billy.
Frog G, sign up for Goblin Girl today, friends. Yes.
Nice.
That little
Fast.
goblin guy down there at the bottom.
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
He did all these pages in one day.
He's just here to show off. Chris is asking you, where are the boobs on that sketch card? You must
Yeah.
answer to this.
They're pretty clean. These ones so far. Well, this one's got a little bit of cleavage, where she's climbing up through this like cave crevice thing.
Dan.
Kind of booby.
Dan, can you hear me?
I got a nice one of her crying.
I don't know if he can hear me.
That's weird. I can hear you. Can you hear Chimera?
I can. What's
Okay.
up?
Oh, so you're just
me-
ignoring him.
Oh, okay. Just
I'm sorry.
Did you ever work for the mainstream or any indie companies? I was just curious.
I worked for I worked for game companies for like 8 years designing video games. I worked on the Blood Plus game. I worked on 3 James Bond films. The very first Pirates of the Caribbean, we made the very first Pirates of the Caribbean game that was ever made before they did any platformers. We did a cell phone game.
Oh,
and
wow.
then I did Ark the Lad, a Three Stooges game. There was a skateboarding game for Game Boy Advance called No Rules, Get Fat that I worked on.
Did you say Pirates of the Caribbean? That was like in
Yes.
2003. I was like 10 years old.
The original one, the Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah, I had the Game Boy Advance of that when I was 10.
Yeah.
God damn.
I designed all the that it was a top-down like pirate ship thing where you're shooting cannonballs across.
Yeah,
and then there was like a pitfall thing where you were running across the ship, jumping across the masts, and there was fire and stuff.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Wow, that's pretty impressive resume.
It's a decent resume. It's a lot of cell phone games, stuff that doesn't even exist anymore. But yeah, I did a lot of that.
I did cell phone games for a while too.
Yeah.
So I know what it's like.
Advertisement, not real games, unfortunately. When I was doing it,
right.
I think the games now are more built to be games for people playing on the phones. Before it was like they were meant as like widgets for people to be waiting in line to get movie tickets, to be looking through their phone, and just something to pass the time. A lot of Bejeweled stuff, like we did Spider-Man Bejeweled, and can't remember all the different ones. I converted Galaga for the iPhone initially, and then Burger Time.
Like that. Burger Time? Those are
Yeah,
like the early days of cell phone games.
It was crazy. There was a fan club for Burger Time, and the fan club for Burger Time was like pretty rabid. Like when we made the game, they wanted like to know all the art we were doing and like all this stuff. So that was kind of cool. That was kind of like the weird thing when I did the gaming, at least to find that there was a fan club for that. But everything else was just lots of ports for Hudson Soft and designing widget games for Sony to advertise their movies and stuff.
Gotcha. I sent the link to Jose Garcia as well.
The only company work I ever did was I worked for a company called Boneyard Press, and they were known for the Jeffrey Dahmer serial killer comic and Rush Limbaugh versus Jesus Christ comic or something like that, and the Kill Image book, and a lot of weird like underground stuff, basically.
Can you say did you say Trinity Blood or something you worked on?
Yeah, Blood Plus.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Trinity Blood.
No, not Trinity Blood. I wish, but
okay, because Irene scowled when you said Blood Plus. I actually didn't mind that series.
Yeah, well,
no, it wasn't Blood Plus. I was trying to think of what that Rush Limbaugh comic was. I didn't know that existed.
Oh, it was. It's the owner. He was on like Sally Jesse Raphael and a bunch of stuff. Like he was like a shock jock of comics at the time, and I wanted to be able to get into Comic-Con for free, and the best way to do that is get an independent company to give you some work back in the day. And so I started doing a bunch of his like action-based comics. Like he had like dominatrix women that were taking down drug gangs and shutting down human trafficking leagues and stuff like that. Yeah, so I was doing a lot of that stuff. I didn't do any of the sensational stuff, but
interesting.
That was the only mainstream stuff I did.
Chris in the chat says he was mentioning Blood, the Last Vampire movie. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah,
it's a good movie. Man, the arts, that was production IG too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
What do you guys think about the not the OVA, but the actual series that they made of it?
Blood Plus.
A little weird, like the newer anime, right? With the short-haired girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was also another series called Blood Sea. I thought was terrible. Blood Plus was a bit slow, but okay, I guess.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
anime was okay, but the movie was superior.
Yep.
The anime was very anime, if that makes any sense.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only like 47 minutes long or something.
Oh, the other movie. So yeah, someone asked in the chat, what are we talking about today? What was it? Let's see.
What was it? I wonder.
Yeah, someone was asking. We are going to be talking, I guess, about manga. The idea was to talk about Chopsy manga because somebody requested that last time. But before that, I would like to go over everyone's campaigns. So let's do that real quick before we develop too much further into weavery, because that always happens. Johnny Cage, there's so much blood. Yes. Chris says, I enjoyed the original Blood movie back when. Yeah, that was a really good movie. Yes. Ah, it's Jude. Jude Vanellian, is that right? I hope I got that right. Yes. All right, thank you for joining us. Let me start with shilling my stuff. So let's go. Share. Oh, we are doing so well on Fiendish. I still can't believe it.
Yeah, the manga stuff seems to be selling. Are you aware of a campaign called Bonds to Drive?
No. I'm
It's
not.
by-
What is it? What is it called? This light is making me look like a ghost. Jesus Christ. Okay.
You are a ghost. Bonds to Drive. It's by Miriam. I think she's from Eastern
Oh,
Europe.
Bonds! Yeah, I didn't. I thought you were pronouncing it differently. Yeah. She was on like one of the first streams I was ever on. Is her real name Katie? It's Katie, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm,
Yeah, so
yeah,
the manga
okay.
stuff and the manga stuff in CG seems to be outselling Western comics, which I find funny.
That's really funny. Yeah, I had someone, so on a chat the other day, someone was like, I was promoting Fiendish on someone's stream. Somebody was like, oh, it's sad when Western creators try to emulate manga to get manga sales. And I was like, I'm not trying to emulate manga. I'm basically a mangaka who went to art school in America. So
Such a poser.
I mean,
I'm a poser, yes.
on top of that, that's a weird statement to make when
I
you
got
are
the Fiendish banner rolling on my channel now.
Oh, thank you. You're awesome. Okay,
I'm
we're gonna
doing
shill
double
Goblin
shilling.
Girl hard. We're gonna double shill as well. We're gonna shill everybody
Yeah.
back here.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
tagged onto the banner as well, but you're first on the banner, so it's the first thing.
What? You're too
It's
kind. How shall I ever repay you?
I had to make one. As I said, I was gonna promote from now on.
You're
I must promote
amazing.
things that I love.
You are amazing. You're amazing. All right. So sorry, Nick. What were you saying about manga stuff? Or were you gonna mock people who are saying that Western creators
Oh
can't
no,
promote?
I was just saying that that's a funny thing to come up with when you are also live on camera. It's not like you're incredibly blonde and blue-eyed.
I mean, but first of all, that shouldn't matter. But I guess like people see my name and my name sounds very European. But at the same time, I don't know. They're stupid. Shouldn't have rules about who can or can't draw what. Doesn't matter. We're free to create what the fuck we want. So yes, Fiendish Chapter 1 Demons. We're at almost we're past almost at 22K. So holy fucking shit. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Yeah, I think we passed 20K last week. And I have decided first of all, I wasn't even going to do more stretch goals after we went in demand, but then like we kept on blowing through it because I thought the things were just going to peter out after I went to in demand, but then it didn't. So I don't know what to do now. So I decided, okay, I'll make more stretch goals, but I decided that the stickers are going to be only for people who backed during the campaign, but the sketch cards were also going to be only for people who backed during the campaign, but the 20K stretch goal was going to be for a fourth sketch card and make the sketch cards unlocked for everybody who backed, no matter if it was in demand or during the campaign. So the trading cards, not sketch cards. Keep on saying sketch cards. Trading cards.
Yeah, I was just
Lord Almighty. Okay, so from now, whenever I say sketch cards, I mean trading cards, guys, because apparently you can't speak
Okay,
English.
all right. I'm just getting confused.
And so because apparently English is hard, listen, be gentle. I'm a foreigner. Clearly my English is not good. So
English is perfectly fine. Keep on speaking, friend.
I know sometimes I swear like I just mix up my words sometimes even though I have no accent. I'm a little dumb, but it's okay. So now that we are past our 20K stretch goal, all the 4 sketch cards are in production. AC is actually drawing them because I am working on the stickers, and I am also starting work on chapter 2 because I want to be able to get the next campaign out as quickly as possible and not have people wait like 2 years until another book comes out. So I'm like just chomping at a bit, like I'm hitting the ground running on chapter 2, and I'm actually like thumbnailing chapter 3 already. So I'm like, I need to hire some people to do other stuff in the campaign. I also have 60 of those demon plaques, those woodburning plaques to do. So I'm like, I can't do everything, but AC is a fantastic artist. She's going to be doing the trading cards, and I'll be doing the design and putting them together and stuff. So that's very exciting.
Irene and I just talked about this like last night or today, and she just sent me like some files of some sketches and stuff. So I'm actually starting to work on those now. So yeah, I think I'm mostly going to take the sketches you have. So it'll be kind of like a collab a little bit. I'll be working on top of your sketches.
Yeah, I did some layout sketches basically, and you're free to change them if you can come up with a better idea, but I'll show them in a second because why not, but let me finish going through this campaign.
Yeah, sure. I think that they work pretty good, so I might just like tweak them a little bit, but cool. I think it'd be fun to kind of work on top of them, kind of like a collab.
Yay! All right, awesome, yay! I'm very excited, and AC is also an awesome artist, so yeah, it's nice to be able to make other people do stuff instead of killing myself and not sleeping. So here you go. And in case you didn't know, the book is going to be in color. Nick is my colorist, so he is working on the colors right now. It's 46 interior pages, and the 25K stretch goal, that is going to be to add 4 pages to the comic. So if we hit
40 pages. You heard it here, friend. 40 extra.
Four. I didn't say 40 pages.
We need more. I'm greedy, damn it. I need more pages.
4. Oh my god. Okay, so chapter 2 is coming with chapter 1, what you didn't know. No, I can't. I literally can't afford to print that. No, but 4 more pages. Which I'm very excited to do it. So if we do get 25K, that means I can print 4 more, and the book, it'll be 50 story pages. Yeah, math. That's correct. And I want to reveal a character who was going to be revealed in like late of the second book. It was going to be chapter 3, but I moved it forward, so chapter 2 is going to be really, really big, and I'm going to introduce this character at the end of chapter 2. But if we get to 25K, I will do 4 extra pages and introduce this character, just like a small snippet at the end. And she's really awesome, she's really cool, and she's like my hottie character. I really want to draw her in there. So yeah, if you guys want to see that and get 4 more story pages, then help us get to 25K. Yay! And it will still be in demand for like another month or so. So hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully we can get there. I'm very excited. I would love to do that. So yeah, all of these are available. I dug out a few more copies of my Regrowth art book, so I don't know how many are left. I think there's only 3 left right now, so that's available as an add-on. If you would like the Regrowth art book as an add-on, you gotta get in on it quickly, because people did really like that. Huh?
If you want it, hurry up.
If you want it, hurry up. I don't know, I feel like that's such like a salesman thing to say, but it's like, they did go really quickly. I had 30...
How fast they go. You see how fast they go, so it's not really
They do go really fast, yeah. So I put them up yesterday. I put 4 copies up yesterday. I think one of them is already nabbed, and I haven't checked today because I've been really busy, but I think they're gonna go soon. So yeah, if you would like one of those add-ons or the Regrowth art book, I have it sold out here because it was sold out before, but then I found more because I moved a couple months ago, so all my stuff is kind of like in a complete mess, so I didn't know where. I keep on finding like extra boxes of books and shit everywhere, but I'm pretty sure this is all I have. So like for reals this time, unless like I have some in Taiwan or something, and like I don't know. Well, no, this was from a package my mom sent me. She was like, "Here are some other books you left in Taiwan," so she sent me a bunch. So yeah, because I moved from Taiwan 2 years ago, and then I moved into my new places. So I moved a lot. I finally have my own place now, but I moved a lot. So all my shit is scattered across like 2 states, and some of my stuff's in Taiwan. It's horrible. But now I don't have to do that anymore, which is great. All right, here's a little demon standee. You can get that as well. Yeah, it'll be fun. Oh, and here's a poster by Carlos. So I assume most people who are watching the stream have seen this, but just in case, nobody has. These are a couple of the guest posters that are also available with the perks. There are 3 posters. These are mini prints that'll come with the book. One is by me, the one of like the 3 characters, really the purple one, and the one on the left by Carlos is going to be the first one, the first guest poster, and the one on the right is by my other friend Yvonne. And that'll be in color as well, but he just hasn't had time to color it. But it
and by the way, by Carlos you mean Nick, because that's why I wrote your name, and you can never seem to decide what you want to call yourself.
It's not about
it's a meme at this point. Carlos / Nick.
We Latinos have 2 first names. I can be called by either one.
It's like,
yeah, well, I have to teach my audience who doesn't know that when I say Nick or Carlos, I'm generally referring to the same person.
Oh, well, yeah, I appreciate that. It's just that, but obviously, like, AC has to just, like, take the chance. Like, well, you see, my husband can't decide what his name is. It's like, I just have 2 names.
Okay, fine. I'll stop saying that. It's funny to say that, though. I think it's like charming and shit. But all right, it's
like charming.
I mean, but do Latinos always go by 2 names? Like, do they just call you Carlos Nicholas?
Most Latinos that you find will have 2 names, but
I mean, Americans have middle names.
Huh?
Americans have middle names.
You don't go by like your first and middle name all the time. You don't pair them together and like use that almost as like your first name. It's just the couple.
Okay.
That's common.
All right. Well, yeah. So maybe I'll just start calling you Zamudio. That's a pretty cool name, anyways.
I'm just gonna call you Lady Fiendish from now on.
There you go. That works.
You were Nick for a second. Okay.
that's totally fine. I mean, my last name is also unpronounceable, so.
It's unpronounceable.
Yeah. Wait till I tell people my Mandarin name. That'll be really unpronounceable. Yeah, that's fun. All right. I'm gonna play the trailer real quick, and then I can
play
show
that
some
beautiful
of these,
trailer, friend.
Yes. I'll play some of these awesome projects by everyone else. Let's go. Woo! Alright, so, Fiendish on Indiegogo, check it out. Demons, monsters, pagan stuff, Viking, fantasy world, dark fantasy. If you like manga or tentacle monsters and something that reads basically like a D&D game, but really bloody, then you will love this. And also, I have a ton of world building material on fiendishcomic.com. All this stuff is linked in the description. So check out the preview pages that I have on the website for the comic, fiendishcomic.com, and back Fiendish on Indiegogo. All right.
Really quick, I was just scrolling back through old comments because I haven't really been keeping up with the chat. Billy Baxo said, "Are AC and Nick an art team and a couple?" Just asking. Sorry for my ignorance. No, it's fine. We haven't really talked a lot about it. Yeah, we're.
You just started showing up.
Yeah. No one really knows me. Yeah, we're married. We share a last name.
No, they just randomly live together. They don't know each other. I don't know why I've never seen them on the same camera before.
It's the modern Three's Company or Two's Company.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Some people just like see the last name. They just think an incestuous couple. Not really. No, it turns out not.
What? I know. Clearly, you look like you're just brothers. This is getting really weird. Really weird.
So
we thought that since today the topic of conversation was anime, it would be the best moment to actually come out with it to everybody.
That's true.
Okay,
Anime is very open-minded. There's I don't even know what the term. There has to be like a Japanese term for incest anime. I'm sure. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
it's okay. We don't have to talk about it if you're uncomfortable, Ariel.
Yeah, we're married. We work together very often. Nick is really good at coloring, and I've been kind of focusing my artwork mostly on drawing and inking. But I do know how to color generally, but I mean, I'm no professional like him. So it's like we kind of cover all the grounds together, and we often collaborate. Like he's colored my work on Shadow Roads and a whole bunch of my previous projects. In fact, most of my work has been colored by him. But he also draws a lot as well. He's does like some of everything. So yeah, we do collaborate a lot, but sometimes we also work separate. Yeah.
Nice.
Coolio. Yeah. So they're a couple that mostly works together. But so people who come to the stream a lot know that we are all in the same D&D group. So I went to college with AC and Nick, and so we started playing D&D together like a few years ago. So they've kind of been with me on this project from the beginning. It's been they've let me graciously torture them from the start. So thank you for that. That is why I'm trying to repay them by giving them some work. So Nick is down my colors and AC is doing my trading cards. No, it's not because of that. I just pity you.
Ari is just such a shitty Pathfinder player that she has to try and buy favor with her.
That's true. Yeah, clearly. I mean, it's not like I'm saving people's ass all the time or anything, but it's okay. We'll talk about this later. It's fine. It's fine. How do I share? Hold on. All right. I wanted to show off the trading cards real quick.
Ooh.
La 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 la. Here you go. Yeah. This is just like a really rough sketch that I did. So this is the front, and this is the one for. I'm gonna have 4. So Kazmir, it's for Yomi, it's for Isko, and this is gonna be one for the demon. And the back will look like this. So, well, without this thingy. So the back will look like this, and kind of like with a name, and then like the stats. I'm gonna use because I have everyone statted out. Of course I do. So I'm gonna put like their
stats.
Yeah. Yes.
That's been part of the stuff that Irene's been sending to us. Just like, look, I statted out all of my characters, and she shows us like a chart of like 20 characters, and there's like a whole bunch of different things that she statted.
But that's the thing. It would be so absurd if she did all that work and then just didn't show it.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about trading cards. I want to know which card is better than the other person.
Yeah, I will show it. So I will have them. I mean, I don't know.
Who has the best point buy?
That's true. Well, I also have their point. I don't know. Am I gonna put their point buys on there? We'll figure it out. So I'll put their stats down and like a couple of other abilities and a quick little intro in the section at the bottom and stuff. So yeah, this is what it's gonna look like. And Ariel's gonna be doing these character illustrations.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of working on it right now.
Yay! And I'm very, very excited. Very excited. Yay! Yeah, all right. See, Rick Sailor is here. Hello! Thanks for joining. Jose Garcia's here! Yeah, Shadow Road looks really good. AC and Nyx are fantastic. Y'all should be famous.
Oh, thank you.
You guys really get famous. Jose, get on the stream.
I sent him the link.
Okay. Yeah, Jose does Lumina Vox. I sent you guys that book. It looked really good. The one that was kind of like a really crazy style, like a that was possessed by a god and everything.
Yeah, he's
really unique look.
Right there.
He's also really fast. So come on, Jose, and torture me.
That guy is really fast.
4 pages a day.
Yeah.
I honestly
keep
heard,
on.
that guy's also really fat. So we just join all of us fat people. Yeah, let's talk about how fat he is. What?
Just go on and talk about how fast he is. Yeah, this is a stream. Come torture me and make me feel bad for being a slow artist. So, Dun Ringle. Sorry, D&D stats on those cards. Pathfinder. I use Pathfinder card stats. So, I mean, the point buy is a little different. So,
I wanted to make a Goblin Girl one that would be for. I was thinking about making it usable for. What is it? My brain's broken right now. It's really hot. Zombicide.
Oh, you also play
Yes!
I wanted to make the Zombicide one.
Here we go.
Because I thought it would be perfect for especially the medieval one. You know, that's got all the different characters.
Dude, like when we have people play Zombicide, we have like the little stack of characters that come with the boxes, and then like a stack like this size of all the characters that we worked on in comics that we just adapted so we can play with Zombicide.
Yeah, sometimes if we want to chill a little bit and not feel like we're gonna constantly die in Pathfinder, we play Zombicide. But we've adapted our Pathfinder characters to Zombicide. Nice. It's very cool.
Yeah, AC made adapted the maps and stuff to be able to play in Roll20.
Yeah, cool. It's been fun. So yeah, as you guys can see,
Zombicide with us during the weekends.
Oh, I met like multiple people who are like, yeah, I want to play a D&D game, or so we might be getting more people in the group.
Yeah,
so stick around.
I like that.
Oh, it's just Dan. It's only Dan. Okay, I mean Nick is the GM, so he has the final say. We'll talk later. Dan, you're always welcome.
Yeah, I have a question. Okay. How the hell do you play D&D?
Somebody just joined my stream.
What, Chimera?
I have no idea how you play Dungeons and Dragons. I just know the title.
Well, how do you explain it? It's kind of like a board game, but it's much more complicated. Like, you have character stats on a sheet, and you have all their abilities, and you roll the dice to kind of calculate. It's a lot of math. You calculate, everything they do.
If you had like did you ever play one of those choose your own story books?
Me? No.
That's like the easiest way for me to explain it to someone. But it's just like
it's a great post, Dan.
I was a big fan of those when I was a kid. Like Goosebumps, I love those. Like you're reading the book, and then you get to a certain part in the page, and then they tell you like, oh, would you go into the haunted house, or would you call the police and get a gun or something? Go to this page for either option. Most of them, you die. So it's pretty much playing that. But if you actually had infinite options and chances to,
to win or lose,
edge your odds or have fun with different options in there, and you do it with a group, so it's pretty chaotic at times.
I'd say it's a role playing game. I'd say it's like I was drawn to it because it reminded me a lot of improv and made me think like, oh, it's like telling a story. And sometimes you like roll dice and stuff to see if you like win or lose and all this stuff. And so it's gamified to that extent, but it's largely role playing and story based.
I see. Yeah,
like,
I tried. I tried
an RPG game, but like analog, like MMORPG.
Yeah, I tried to get into Warhammer, but I couldn't because you have to know about miniatures and you have to buy all these novels and stuff. So breaking into hobbies can be hard. I like to listen to lore videos, so I do that with A Song of Ice and Fire, Dune, or Warhammer. So is there any lore videos of D&D, or is it just
you don't have to know the lore. Yeah, there is lore, but you can just find it online. Go to there's a Pathfinder wiki. You can just start reading stuff on it.
Cool. But if you
I read the wiki a lot for
If you want to listen to something, because I know that's like the easy thing, especially when you're drawing or working. One of the rare and good channels for Pathfinder lore is called No Direction. You can just like sit there and it'll just talk to you about lore, about stuff that happens in there. It's been pretty fun as a DM because I just get to learn about all this stuff and exposit that for whenever people ask.
Yeah, I know that there's some channels who actually do talk about Pathfinder lore, but they're just a little hard to find.
Now, that's why I said like no.
Is Pathfinder and D&D the same? What?
Pathfinder
Related.
spun off of D&D. Basically,
Oh.
after D&D after like 3.5, and someone in the chat just mentioned, yeah, D&D kind of got watered down after 3.5. Yeah, it changed and it kind of got easier. I mean, if some people consider that a good thing. I mean, if you want to play like easier game that's more accessible to people who don't want to be that obsessive about it, playing D&D after 3.5 is good. But Pathfinder kind of was built by people who thought, the game should stay really hard and like with a lot of math, and you can go really, really into depth. Like there's a lot more classes in Pathfinder. You have to do a lot more work for it. But so it's like a version of D&D essentially. But with its own world, like D&D has its own world, and Pathfinder has its own. Like, there's a set world as well. But it's
Okay, so
but the
from what
gaming rules are very similar.
So from what I'm gathering, you people are giant nerds.
I mean,
Yeah.
are you shocked? I mean, no, Chimera. Apparently, I'm a fake nerd. Apparently, I'm a fakey girl.
That was
So
only
it's
one
not-
time when you were wearing glasses. It was
Let's
just
not forget
too
that.
perfect.
Look at
It was
that.
perfect.
I do actually. We're glad I'm wearing contacts now. I do need glasses.
That's awesome.
Well,
Was that
thank
one of
you.
your characters?
Yeah, I said I'd do a swimsuit drawing. So here you go.
Was that a stretch goal?
No, it was like an unofficial stretch goal. I promised on stream, so I keep my promises on stream.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
I didn't see it on the campaign. I didn't know what you were talking about.
It wasn't official, but it's an unofficial treat that I do for everyone, just like the sandwich.
In the chat, Dun Ringil, I'm sorry for pronouncing your name wrong, said D&D said we need to change our core gameplay. Pathfinder said the core gameplay is fine for D&D 3.5, just needs some tweaking. Yes, that's just about right. It's very closely related to 3.5. That's when they split.
There you go.
We're second edition right now, which is a bit different, but we play first edition still. Our group does.
Yeah, second edition. I haven't looked that much into it, but I think they changed a lot of mechanics. Like the magic system has to do with resonance and what the fuck ever. But yeah, we play the first edition, and I really like it. I did play a Pathfinder 5e game once with another group, and I wasn't super into it. I don't know if it's just the game or the play style. The people were cool, but it just wasn't as involved. And I don't know, maybe it's just the way we play. Yeah, we like to be like really into the role playing and make it as realistic as possible.
So is that where most Isegas like get their influences, Dungeons and Dragons?
You mean isekais? Yeah.
Whatever. God
Well,
damn.
I think a lot of fantasy media in general gets from Dungeons and Dragons. Like if you see like the original Final Fantasies and stuff, a lot of their monsters are actually named after stuff from D&D. Like I think one that always kind of befuddled me as a little kid was when someone would summon Bahamut, and I was like, "What the hell is a Bahamut? That sounds like it's some kind of an elephant." But it's apparently a deity from D&D, but they didn't like copyright anything on that, so that they could just use it on Final Fantasy.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Apparently D&D is really big in Japan, which is interesting because it wasn't big in Taiwan at all. I couldn't find anyone to play with, but
Well, I was just wondering because I watch a
interesting.
lot of fantasy anime, and it just seems like they're getting it from somewhere. I have no idea.
No,
So that explains a lot.
Pretty sure it's D&D, and yeah, it's very popular in Japan. Like Legend of Lotus War, which is like a classic. That was basically someone drawing their D&D campaign, and all the isekais are like similar as well.
You know, I'm kind of surprised you haven't seen the anime Slayers, Lane Inverse. It's very popular, or was very
AC
popular.
loved
Yeah, I was a big fan of it growing up. Yeah.
Oh,
What
no,
about
I
it?
meant Irene. Yeah, Irene hadn't seen Slayers.
Yeah, I
and I was
haven't
kinda
seen
surprised.
it.
It's really good. I mean,
It is.
if I watch dubs, so you kind of have to get through the first season, but after that, it's good.
I thought the dub was fine. I don't know, maybe it's my nostalgia for it. I thought the dub was fine.
Yeah, just certain characters like Zelgadis. The first voice actor for Zelgadis was terrible, and then they replaced him with Crispin Freeman, who was much better.
That's true, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll check it out someday.
Yeah, I recently discovered all the specials with Naga the Serpent and Lena Inverse. I was laughing my ass off. It was funnier than the main series.
I remember there were like a lot of them. Like how many were they?
Well, there's like 30 other special light novels or something. I was just mentioning the OVAs.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
Nerds.
The discussion topic is anime.
Yes. So on that point,
Well,
on that
actually,
cue.
well, before you get to that, I thought you wanted to go over everybody's campaigns, and then you went over yours, and then we got sidetracked.
I mean, I
There's
figured
only
since
one campaign, friend, and that is Fiendish.
I figured since we're on a roll, I'd let the conversation grow naturally and come back to everyone's campaign. But now that you've ruined that,
I'm just helping
come
the
on.
transition, so you know.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. You're helping. I'm kidding. Yeah, sure. There are many other awesome campaigns on here other than Fiendish. Even though Fiendish is awesome, you should back Fiendish. Back Fiendish on Indiegogo.
Back Fiendish, friend.
Yes, we have.
Back it twice.
Back it twice. Back it 3 times. I don't know why you do
You need
that,
that
but you
black
should.
and white and the color version, friend. It's a deal. Don't miss out.
That is true. That is true. I have 2 versions, black and white and color, and you should get both because they're both awesome. Yeah. So let's start with BoobDan.
Yes.
Why not?
Hmm?
Because you're newer to the show. I do believe you have a sign up for your comic, Goblin Girl.
She skipped over me because she's still bitter about being called
I have a
fake
sign up
girl.
for this little book
Did
right
someone say
here.
something?
The Goblin Girl. This is the old flop
yes.
version I made a while ago that I've gone and redrawn all these lovely pages.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I did all new art.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's the mailing list is live on Indiegogo. I think for like a couple more weeks, and then I'm gonna have to relist it again because I don't think I'm ready to launch just yet. So.
Oh, so this has been around for 6 months?
It's been around for 6 months since
Wow.
I think Christmas Eve. I think is when I launched it, but I could be.
Oh yeah, Indiegogo will delete you if you've been around for 6 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna download the mailing list probably tonight, actually, off of my thing, and then
Yeah, it's a good idea.
save
Well, as long
everything
as
out.
you download yours. Yeah, as long as you get that, you're fine. But Goblin Girl looks fantastic. If you, I do feel like we are kindred spirits. We're blood and monsters and fantasy and boobs. So.
And I'm gonna do
I
that
do believe
team-up drawing. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. We're gonna collaborate. This is definitely gonna be a thing. Dan's stuff definitely has more boobs than me. My stuff has more tentacles. But if you like Fiendish, you'll like Goblin Girl as well. So check it out. Don't think too much about that statement.
It's like cookies and milk. They go together. She brings the cookies, I bring the milk.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously, why didn't you do a tentacle cover like Raging Golden Eagle did for Blade Devil? It's just
Everybody's
so
been
obvious.
suggesting that I should do that, but I'm kind of like, I don't want to have like a ton of things on my first thing because I want to keep it reasonable because I'm doing everything myself for the most part, other than the coloring.
I would probably just do one variant cover. Probably just keep it to.
Well, everybody's saying they want a facsimile book. Everybody says they want this version so they can have the old art and the crappy dialogue that has spelling errors. And
yeah, I saw people, but people like collecting like old.
They do. They like the artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, just similar to Fiendish, I want to do a black and white grayscale art version as well as the color version because all my pages, when I finish them, they're gonna look like these little beasties.
Yeah, I've seen campaigns do that. They offer the line art.
Dan does do original art, so that'll be.
Oh yeah, and you can sell it too.
Pages.
Oh, that's really good, dude.
Yeah, this will kill on Raging Golden Eagle's channel.
Yeah.
Just like Fiendish did.
It's like made for Raging's channel.
So
I feel like this more so though.
There's been people that have said that like they like the color, they're like, but they really want like the black and white version. So I'm like, okay, well, I will look into pricing it out.
Same here. Yeah, people like having the black. I mean, if you show them the black and white art first, they'll be like, Yeah, the color's nice, so what about the black and white?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to have a black and white version.
I'm a sucker for it. I all those artist editions, like the oversized books, where it's just the line art and stuff. I buy all of those, like so.
Oh yeah, I like them too. I'm
I
just
can't.
surprised that collectors like it, but apparently they do, which is nice. I'm happy about it. So
I think that's what this market is over here on the Indiegogo. Is they're
it's a collector's market.
the collector fiends,
Yes, collector fiends. The fiends. Yes. So yeah, awesome. There's a link to the Goblin Girl signables right now in the chat.
Yes,
so
friends.
go click that if you do so, please, and you should want to click that.
I just noticed your long box has Jim Lee's X-Men on it. That's pretty cool.
Good
Yes, that's the. I've got a Wolverine one too, but I got this Jim Lee X-Men one that's pretty nice. I have the posters somewhere, that the connecting full-size 24 by 36 poster art that they
Sweet.
had for sale in the comic shops back in the day. I also have the art of Jim Lee's X-Men, which is the line art from those books, which is amazing.
Right. There you go. Someone in chat said Frag is about to start. You folks going to be on anytime this month to push your stuff? Yeah, he offered.
Yes.
And yeah, Irene, I would probably go on there too.
Oh, I have no idea how to get on, but I would love to.
I will push you on there for sure.
Okay, thanks.
I'm probably going to be on in a couple of days.
Because I'm pretty new, so I feel like, people don't really know what the fuck I do.
He's just gotten back into getting deep diving into manga again because his kids are really into it. So
Good.
the book that he just recently told me about, which I thought looked amazing, is there some book about, I'm trying to remember what it's called, like Fire Punch Man or something like that. It's like a dude who gets set on fire and he's eternally burning because he's constantly rehealing.
What? I thought you were describing Fire Force, but One Punch Man. Like what?
No, it's not One Punch Man.
Sounds like a normal manga. Yeah.
It's like a manga that takes place in like a apocalyptic future, okay? Because everybody loves apocalyptic future. Even I do. I got a medieval one.
Yeah, it's called Fire Force.
So yeah, and so what the deal is on this world, there's people who have mutant sort of abilities, and this chick shows up with like a military group, and she has this ability to burn stuff. But what happens is if she sets the thing ablaze, it only stops burning when it dies or it becomes ash. And this guy that she does it to, he doesn't ever die. He like Wolverine, he just regenerates. So he's consistently just burning forever. He's just on fire. And he's like that for like 8 years until eventually he just doesn't feel it anymore. So now he's just a burning dude. And then he goes on this revenge kick after this woman and her people to like kill them. Because they burn him, his sister, and the entire village that they live in, because I guess they were so poor that what they were doing to feed the village was he was taking his arm and he was having his sister chop his arm off, and they would give his arms out to the villagers to make soup out of. And so he was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
he's like, we need 7 of these arms.
Gnarly.
Come on, do this. But yeah.
Right then.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Jose in chat said it's the creator of Chainsaw Man that made that. I just looked it
Of
up.
course.
Yeah.
I looked it up. It ended.
Fire
and-
Punch.
Yeah, it ended.
Fire
and
Punch, there it is.
Right.
There's only 8 volumes of it. That's kind of rare that a manga just has 8 volumes. Usually they just run on forever.
Fire
I think
Punch
Battle
is
Angel
everything.
Alita only has like 6 or
Johnny
7
Cases
volumes.
sounds hot. Yeah, Alita's not that long. So, Shane says he has to go, but he'll watch the replay.
And Akira has only 6 volumes.
Yeah, thank you for dropping by.
Yeah,
hope
I got
you come back for the replay.
I got the giant fat books of Akira. They're great.
Yeah, I need to get those. I had the American versions, but they're stored away somewhere.
Let's see.
Like the
Oh,
color
yeah.
ones that
Sorry.
Marvel put out, and they were
So
epic.
amazing. I love manga. It's so,
Well, I'll check it out.
so-
I have the first 2 volumes of Chainsaw Man. It's amazing. Yeah.
Pigula Bunsen says, a man constantly burning out reminds me of the Venture Brothers.
Right?
Wow.
I was gonna say, like, it's as though they based that whole manga on the parody version of the Human Torch in Venture Bros, where he just wakes up and is just screaming on fire, running around the lab, setting everything else on fire.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Accurate. Let's see.
On real quick.
Oh, people talking about Shane Stream, Orange Drinks, and nice work surviving Shane Stream last week. It was cool seeing your Jose's work hold up in front of the guys at ABS Melee and Rockafort. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was, I don't know, it's pretty crazy, but I think I'm pretty good at just like going to wild situations, just be like, well, let's just make the best of it. So everyone was really friendly. Like the chat, it was wild. It was kind of raunchy, but like I liked everybody, and we chatted a little bit afterwards. Everybody liked, EVS and Malin and Rockport. Everyone was really nice. So I had a good time.
To drop.
Lord Ravner says, oh, someone mentioned Irina on Frago show. I thought I heard that, but I was jumping in and out of Bancroft stream as his streams. But I think someone did tag me in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, and he said he was down to invite. Oh, that's awesome. That's so good to hear. Yeah, I messaged him, but I'm sure he's really busy, so we'll see.
He's a really good dude. I will mention you to him for sure.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I'm making sure that Frog G is on the link game for you.
Yeah, I laughed my ass off when EVS said he would punch you in the face. I was fucking crying laughing.
He didn't say that after. He said that before I was on stream. He didn't know.
I know.
Like, I was
it was
an
still,
actual
it was
person
still funny.
that Shane knew. It was funny.
It was still funny because I knew you prior. I'm like, that makes it even funnier.
I'm glad that entertains you so much. I'm so glad. You're a true friend. Oh my gosh. No.
There's no friends on the internet, so there you go.
That's true. There are no friends on the internet. We're all vicious, waiting to stab each other in the face. So yeah, let's see who else. Orange Drank said, "Lucky, but you put tuna in it, or you would have got punched in the face." That's true. Yeah, what would have happened if I didn't put tuna in it? Listen. I knew the sandwich was supposed to be for a hungry man, and I know that I know how to make a good sandwich. All right. So let's not. I want none of that stuff. I had to jump on the stream to defend myself. I had to defend my honor because before I jumped on, thank you, Dan. You're the best. But before I jumped on, they were all like, "Who is this girl? Like that sandwich doesn't look as any meat." They're all trashing my handy. Where I was like, first of all, okay, that sandwich is delicious. The second of all, back fiendish. So I had to be there. So I had to defend my honor and promote my work. We're all strangers in strange times. Ascendant Stoic. Very wise, very wise. That's also like a very wisdom-filled name. Ascendant Stoic. I like that. I like that a lot. Whew. Yeah, all right. But yes, I would love to be on Fraga's show. Well, we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. How about Chimera? You want to plug Testament?
Sure. I actually got a huge update, so let me share my screen.
Yeah, all right. Let's do that.
Okay, let me know when you're sharing.
All right, I'm gonna share. All right, sharing. Let's go.
Yeah, I got colors for the second half. The first half, the first 24 pages are lettered, so Marcos is working on the last 28 pages. So you see his eyes are blue, and then in the final panel, it's orange and fiery with rage. So you'll find out why.
Ooh.
And here's Carl with the rebellion. Yeah, so that's all for now. I'll be adding some sketch cards. Let me show some lettering. So, good lord. Where's my Dropbox?
Yeah, that art is really good. I'm
so
glad I got this book.
Yeah, so Eric Weathers lettered the first half. I'm thinking of sending this to the backers so they have something while they wait. So yeah, this is just low res, but yeah. So you got some mouth on you, kid. I get that one. Oh. Yeah, you got some mouth on you, kid. I get that a lot. So that's kind of a smart ass. Wham, takes the guy's gun. I don't know. I might actually send this to the backers so they have something to read. I'm hoping to fulfill by the end of July. So I usually just, with my campaigns, I just shut it down and then I just fulfill later that month. Yeah, so Preston Acevedo will be doing some sketch cards and BoobDanArt, obviously, because he's fast. And that's my dog in the background, so let me deal with that.
Alrighty. I actually don't hear much, but alright. Go save your dog. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, man, everybody's campaign is looking so great. I was hoping Jose would hop on and Shill Lumina because I got that book too and it looks so cool. Man, I've gotten so many books in this last month.
Froggy's on it.
Oh, yay! Thanks. Excited. No, I don't know. I don't even know.
He's got a lot of links. He drops a lot of links for a lot of books, so I just was like, make sure that you definitely drop one for Fiendish is what I told him.
Awesome. Well, thank
So
you.
he
so
said,
much.
can do, friend. And I said,
I will.
Yeah, Frog is still in the chat. Make sure to mod him so I don't have to do anything anymore.
Okay. I'll do that. Yeah, that's good.
Hashtag mod the Frog. It's a new movement.
Yeah, he's up there
to
to
get
scroll.
as many channels modded as possible because he is the link master.
That's true. I have added him. He is Froggy. You are now wrenched, and thank you very much for your honorable work. Yeah, we don't want Chimera to have too much control. That's terrifying. So.
Oh my god. Yeah, don't put me in power ever.
So Chimera, are you happy with the faces?
The faces of who?
The face of the character.
Oh yeah, no, it's perfect.
And what if I did decide to do color? Would that also be all right? Like if I went.
That'd be perfect. Yeah, sketch cards with color really sell. I tried to get Booty Juice. I confused you with a guy named Booty Juice because you've got similar names sounding. But
that's all right.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I was gonna say like the thing you had me draw was like. I was like, all right, that's what you want. like Phil Diaz always hits me up for Zaid Comics, and he's like, yeah, just make it hot, man. Okay. So it's like it's usually his instructions. It's usually his witch Helly character, or like the magic cop busting naked fairies or something for his cards.
Yeah, there's a female character, Hannah. So I guess we'll put some boobies for that. Yeah, passion for drawing. Sketch cards are color as well, and they sell. So yeah, color away.
Yeah.
I'll send some reference. Oh, Johnny Cage. Why?
What? What happened?
Click on Johnny Cage's comments.
Why did he say this stuff?
Does he want tentacles, hentai style, or what?
Chimera gets too low energy to do anything with that power, anyways. Oh, thank you.
I mean, he's
thank you for
right.
burning him when I didn't think of an insult.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of right though. That's when it's harsh. It's when it's truthful.
Thank God, or we'd have an extra problem on our hands. I mean, we already do, but thank God it's not bigger. Oh my word. Froggy! Oh no, I'm on Frog stream and I dropped a Fiendish link. Thank you so much! Yay! Also, Frog, you are now wrenched, so you have the power. Yeah,
Hashtag mod the Frog. It's
mod
action.
The frog is modded.
And we're almost done with the main book for Testament with the line art, so we should be done with everything by the end of July. So I hope to ship it So yeah, I'll probably shut things down in a month and a half from now. So get on it while you can.
Yep, get in on Testament. Back while you can. Back it.
Got that beautiful Rob Willis.
Oh yeah, and I forgot I'm launching my Etsy store on Friday because I'm finally getting my books from the printer. I don't know what the holdup was, but yeah, I don't want to do like Indiegogo for a book that's already done, like reprints. So I'll just offer it on a website or something.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I think it's a little frustrating because, like, well, I wish there was a centralized place that you can go to find indie books. Like, that's why Indiegogo is so nice. But for, like, outside of campaigns, like non-active campaigns, right? So I want to open a shop too, but I'm not sure where to go. Like Etsy, or should I use StoreNV or eBay?
You can't use eBay because eBay is anti-manga. So you can't use that.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Are they one of those companies that are like, if you try anything manga style, it's like, oh no, we're gonna mark it as pedophilia?
Yeah, they're cracking down on that Wally shit.
Even if it's objectively not, and it's not okay.
I mean, I kind of agree for cracking down, but not on.
I mean, if it is, I agree, but just like anything that some people assume anything manga is like, oh, this is like.
Well, your book's gonna have
a
pretty good audience. So what I would suggest is just get a Squarespace and build like your own store. And then get like there's a company, I can't remember what it's called right now, but when you build through Squarespace, they have a setup store thing that you can attach, and they give you all the different types of shops that you can Teespring and the type of places like that work with their account really well, and it's like real easy just to attach it. And that's what I've been building for mine, just so I can have shirts and stuff.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I have a website for Fiendish. I do really like it. I don't super want to like get rid of it anytime soon, but if there is
Then
a better
keep that and just
platform,
attach that
yeah.
then.
Right. So I can integrate Squarespace into my existing website, is what you mean?
Well, you can, but I would suggest if you already have a website built, go into like the code link or whatever to wherever your store is and build like some sort of store that is like either a hybrid with like something where if there's stuff you have on hand that you want to be able to ship yourself, like say it's original art or whatever, you can have that on there, and then have it so that links on store page can also go to say like a Teespring or something like that where they're making the shirts and shipping them for you.
Oh, I have that though. Also on the.
Well, then you're good then. Just
yeah, I have a
advertise-
Redbubble and I have a store envy.
yeah. You're solid. What are you worried about?
I don't know.
Mr. Son of a Gun says, go on Cecil says, yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually how I'm known. I went on there about a year and a half ago, and yeah, that was a cringy ass stream, but I got a lot of sales.
Cool. Awesome. I will embarrass myself if that means I make sales. Let's go.
Yeah, that's how I kind of like broken. Yeah.
How did you get on that? Did you DM him or did you meet him on a stream?
No, he followed me for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, I just DM'd him and we set it up November 8th in 2019.
Oh,
And yeah, it was one of those. It was probably one of the weirdest streams ever. But as long as I mean, it was good because as long as you're not like totally boring. I mean, I have a monotone voice, but like I was entertaining-ish. So as long as you have some kind of reaction from the audience, you're fine. The worst reaction you can get is like no reaction.
Oh no.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I can try to not be boring.
Oh no,
Just go
you're
on there and
You're not
stare at the
boring
screen.
at
I'd be.
no, it's fine. Just-
Just keep squealing, you'll be fine.
yeah, the high energy is definitely gonna. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you seem better now, but like like last month when I first met you, you were like way too high energy.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually trying to tone down because I am very excitable, but people were complaining that I was hurting their ears. So after I got a lot of those complaints, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try to chill out. But also, I don't know. It was like more. I was more, kind of over the top a month ago because I wasn't expecting like to be able for Phoenix to be a success. So I was more like, oh my god, back then. So I kind of like settled into the reality that this is really happening now. So I'm a little more chill. I'm just like, okay, let's deal with this new reality. But back then I was like, how is this real? Oh my god. So I was expecting to make like 2,500. So I wasn't expecting anybody to give a shit about my book. But
Thanks for the taste of the experience. I think I understand.
the experience, what?
Yeah, of all of your high-pitched squealing.
That wasn't. That was just like a little fake high pitched yelling. I wasn't. All right, leave me alone. Oh. Anyhow, yes, I try to not hurt people's ears. I feel kind of bad after people said that. So, Frog G, plug Lumina Box. Yes, everybody go check out Lumina Box.
Yes.
Yes. Then Runga, yes, I ran a Cecil Says channel. Yeah, I love to go on. Yeah, I haven't. I'm not that familiar with his channel. I just hear his name dropped a lot. I know the mask thing. I see like people drawing him all the time, but I am open to going on pretty much anybody's channel.
Yeah,
Throw it at
Cecil.
me.
Yeah, Cecil. It was so funny because like he joined Twitter back in 2017, around the time I did, and I legit thought he was an SJW because he was so good at playing one.
Oh, is that his shtick?
Oh no, that was when he first started.
Okay.
Yeah, he would go on the Phantom Menace streams, whatever they were called. I forget
Yeah, Phantom Menace.
I don't know what the term. World class bullshitters. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, he was hilarious. Yeah, and so that's how he's kind of known. People in the chat used to give him a hard time. They tell him to kill himself or whatever. Like people were much more vicious than they are now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now you get kicked off YouTube if you're that way. Oh, cool. That sounds fun. I like having fun.
I think there was one video he did where he was like driving in the snow because he wanted to buy a copy of Captain Marvel. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but that was one of the funniest videos.
Driving in the snow to buy that does sound right. I mean, I'm assuming it's satire.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty great. Yeah, I would love to be on. That sounds awesome. Awesome.
I keep forgetting you.
Recommendations.
Yeah, I keep forgetting you don't know all the lore. There's just too much to describe.
Yeah, I don't. I've kind of just been in my own corner for a few years doing my own thing. So.
Yeah.
Like, I follow some of the people. I do live on YouTube, but I don't, like, know the deep lore because, you know, like, I don't follow everybody. Like, I follow a lot of other stuff as well. Yeah, like, I've been following Just Some Guy for a really long time. And Nerdrotic, more Fandom Menace, and Anna, that Star Wars girl. But not that many comic people, surprisingly, which I really should have. But now I am. I'm learning. I learn, yes. So, I think now that the promotion is done, maybe we should actually talk about the subject we were going to get into.
Yes.
That. Yeah. So, top 10 manga? I said manga, but maybe let's develop into anime. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
You said
10.
anime before.
I don't remember. Sure, let's do anime. Yeah, let's do anime.
Okay, because I don't read, so I don't have...
Oh,
How
okay.
dare you? You're working on a comic
Out their
book,
reading
for fuck's
skills.
sake.
Don't read. Okay. Well, that's most people nowadays, so that's not very shocking.
The school of they don't read too good.
So, yeah, top 10 anime. I didn't make a list or anything. Like, I totally was like, yeah, I'm going to have a topic conversation. And I'm going to, like, make a list and be super ready for the show. And then, like, today was, like, I was doing other shit. And then I was like, I'm totally not ready. I have no idea what's going to happen. So, someday, maybe, the show will be organized. But today is not the day. What do you say?
I thought this was your priority over all of the work you're doing for your Indiegogo campaign.
Clearly streaming on YouTube is my main thing instead of actually drawing my comic. So yeah, I have disappointed everyone. I am ashamed of myself, but it is what it is.
You're ready to be a politician.
No. I don't think I could ever be slimy enough for that shit. No.
I got a list. I got a list if you're curious.
If I ever get into politics, please shoot me.
No! We need more Fiendish. Don't assassinate her.
Okay, alright, well, get me out of politics and lock me
She's
in a room.
got those extra 40 pages to do, friends.
4 pages, lock me in a room so I draw and don't do anything else. Yeah, so who wants to start?
I'll go first.
Alright.
Yeah, number 10 is Slayer. This is just my personal list for people that are, I guess, new. Slayer's basically in the fantasy world, but there's just so much comedy. That's what makes it separate. And there's a certain charm to like anime back in the 1990s. And then number 9, which is a little bit weird. You'll think it's weird, but it's Berserk. But I'm talking about just the Golden Age. Yeah, the Golden Age arc. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, we're talking about the anime, so you're talking about the movies.
Yeah, well, not the movies, but the 1999 series.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, so you are talking about the actual anime.
The first one. Done.
Yeah, just not the movies, because I feel like the pacing of the Berserk animated series was better.
Okay.
Also has the best soundtrack of all time.
Yep. Number 8, Boy and the Beast, because there's just so many freaking Miyazaki movies where the girl is the lead. It's nice to see a male protagonist in a coming-of-age story. Have you seen that movie, Irene, or anybody?
No.
Did I see that one with you?
The Boy and the Beast. Basically, a kid runs away and he ends up in a world with anthropomorphic samurais.
I didn't know that one was by.
I did not know that was Miyazaki.
It's not Miyazaki, but it's just nice to see a male lead. It's not Miyazaki, but it's a different.
Is it Ghibli?
No.
Like, why'd you bring up Miyazaki then?
because it's just like there's so many freaking animated movies that have a female protagonist that's just oversaturated.
No, you have to complain about how women are not represented, Chimera. You're not allowed to say that.
Like they're Spirited Away, and then the freaking like.
So you like the movie because the main character is a boy. All right,
Yeah.
that's one thing about the movie.
Well,
what else?
well, no,
What
I'm
no,
else?
sure
it's just
there's
a coming
more
of
to
age.
it than that, but
No, it's like
Froggy,
a coming.
thank you. Yes, tickle the algorithm, smash the like, ding that bell, tickle that like button, do it.
No, before you go off, no. It's a coming of age story. So you have Spirited Away, where it's a girl basically crying for 2 hours, and it's fucking annoying. But then you have The Boy and the Beast, where it's a nice. What? Spirited Away she's a whiny little bitch. Anyway, but
Yeah.
Boy and the Beast is much better because he grows up, learns lessons and all that stuff. End of rant. And then,
Alright.
and then 7, Porco Rosso, for the same exact reason. That was Miyazaki, and
They're calling me out over there. I gotta go.
Oh no!
Yeah.
We're losing the boob, Dan.
If you guys are on for a bit, I will pop back in after it's over. But they're actually talking about me, and Will Perdomo's giving me shit.
Oh shit! All right,
Who?
go defend your honor, sir.
I will, but I will also be pitching Fiendish.
Oh
okay.
yes, thank you, good sir. All right, we'll see you later.
All right, I'll talk to
Bye.
you guys later.
Yep, thanks
Bye.
for coming on. Later.
was he going to Fragga stream? Is that what he's talking?
I'm not sure,
Right,
but
right.
I assume so, or some other stream.
Yeah, and then Porco
Solid
Rosso, because you have Spirit Away where she's crying, and then you have Kiki's Delivery Service where she's crying. Again, I don't want to watch a movie where the main character is just whiny.
But it's
I know.
endearing and sweet.
No, it's not.
I
Anyway,
guess I haven't seen Kiki's Delivery Service in a long time.
I actually completely space out of that one.
I don't know. Does she cry? Like, she didn't seem that whiny.
I don't know.
no, she was burnt out. It's just
Oh.
pathetic. Just be a man. Just be a man.
Just be your mate. Oh
I mean, she is a witch. She could be a man if she wants.
There you go.
This is why you're on my show.
I mean metaphorically, not like actually use a spell. And then number 6, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, because it's just amazing. Like 15 years difference between the 85 movie and 2000. You would think Bloodlust was created
Ooh.
recently. Ninja Scroll, don't really need to go into that. It's amazing. Mob Psycho 100, I think it's better than One Punch Man because it has more hearts. And it's just very condensed storyline because One Punch Man is still running right now. Like I'm up to chapter 141. And my God, it's just the monster arc is just taking forever. Konosuba, I guess I'll pronounce this correctly. Isika? Did I get it right? Isekai. Whatever.
I mean, it sounds exactly the same. But yeah,
Isekai.
sure. Isekai, everybody. Isekai is
Ise-
now.
Isekai. Okay.
Sure.
Not a nerd. Yeah, Konosuba is like.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
Yeah, Konosuba is like probably the best one where the guy gets killed and reincarnated because it's just a straight up comedy. And then
It's pretty hilarious.
yeah, number 2, Cowboy Bebop for obvious reasons, and then number 1, in my opinion, Death Note. I always like to see a villain protagonist, a wrench into the works, not your typical shonen where Naruto wants to be the best he ever was or whatever that crap. I like to see a psychopath be the main character. Monster also, sure. It's tied between Death Note or Monster.
Monster was good. I
'Cause I
didn't watch the anime. I read the manga.
I couldn't decide which one, so there you go.
All right.
Yeah, Light
Pretty
Yagami
good
was right.
list.
Best thing about Death Note is actually supposed to end with Light Yagami killing L, and it was supposed to end at like chapter 58 or 59, but they're like, no, you have to no, he has to lose. I'm like, okay, well, give me a few months. So that's why there's a few month hiatus.
Oh, that's so funny.
How did that make you feel when you found out about that? Because I feel like I was glad to know. I was like, oh, so that's the real ending. I can stop reading this other garbage.
Oh yeah, I completely lost interest afterwards. It just felt like you could tell it wasn't the original story. It's like, yeah, they just wanted to make more money. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, well, no, it's just also they're like, no, the good guy has to win. I'm like, okay, well, the good guy is just a whiny little emo shit, and then the other guy, M or Mello or whatever the hell his name is, I tuned down after episode 25. L White One, that's the canon. That's the official ending. I accept nothing else. I just love the deleted scene where White is on L's grave and he's on all fours and just like acting like a complete psychopath. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's my spirit animal. I love this dude.
This is where we get along.
I bought, that was back when I was actually trying to collect manga, so I actually collected the whole manga. And I was like, wow, why is this end of the, after L dies, everything just kind of is pretty lame.
Peters out, becomes nothing.
Yeah, there's a 2 month.
They have, it felt like they were just coming up with like watered down versions of L to take his place. I was like,
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But, like, I still really appreciated the art, and like at the end of it, I was like, oh wait, it was supposed to end with L. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why I didn't really have that moment of like, oh man, how horrible and all this stuff. I guess I did a little bit. It was like, okay, well, I guess I have my favorite part, and I just have extra books that are pretty.
Yeah, so every anime I listed has a male protagonist. Because I don't want to. I mean, I like Spirited Away, but God, she just cries and just pisses me off. I don't know why.
Careful, Chimera. They're gonna call you a misogynist.
I mean, they're not totally wrong.
Oh, well, cool. That's why you're here supporting my work.
I gotta say, I'm not a fan of typical depictions of girls and women in anime and manga.
That's true. Like the tropey way that women are in manga is very annoying.
You and I have had a lot of heated discussions about it. I do not like how they're depicted, but I think it's mostly a cultural thing, apparently.
Well, I think you're viewing like the worst side of the spectrum. I'm seeing the best part of the spectrum. Like I'm seeing stuff that has really good female character development. Like I think My Hero Academia has really good female characters, and I like Ghost in the Shell made me decide to go to art school, and you know, like it's just nothing in. And Princess Mononoke is my favorite, so there's my number one already. And like that, like Lady Eboshi is fucking fantastic. So that I came into contact with that way before I came into contact with anything from like Western media with female characters from the West. So that's my impression of anime, like female characters in anime. And I know it can be like really dumb and vapid and like girls that are just there to cry and do fucking nothing. But that's not what I grew up with. So
yeah,
there you go.
There's a lot I left off. I would have listed Standalone Complex or Ghost in the Shell or but.
Wait, didn't you put Slayers on your list?
Yeah, I know. I love Slayers, just personally for me.
You didn't put it on your list?
I did. It's number 10.
He did. He mentioned Slayers.
Oh, what? Yeah. Did you mention Slayers like before the list when we were just talking about other stuff?
No, that was the first one on your list.
Yeah, number 10.
You lied. You didn't pick all anime with male protagonists.
Lena Inverse is just tomboyish, so
there
no. There you
go. Oh, so it doesn't count. She's not a real woman.
Yeah, exactly.
We're delving into the deep and disturbing psyche of Chimera.
I mean, I guess
cool. Whatever works for you.
Athletic? I don't really think of her.
I feel like Sim
is here. Hello.
No.
You can't lift a dumbbell
to save her life. She does a lot of like running around. I don't think she's much of a tomboy. She's constantly wanting to be girlier.
Yeah, but her
wears pants.
So Gregaloo said, Chimera, I agree, always some goody two-shoes winning the day. It's much better having an intelligent evil person winning. Or in the case of Tomiya de Paulo's giant potato story, a lazy guy.
Yeah, and he also said it was ruined 20 years later with a tacked-on sequel, which won Death Note. I think there was some one-shot that got released recently. So
really,
I didn't care for it.
Everything that's tacked on nowadays is just you should just ignore it because it's all bullshit.
I didn't care for it, to be honest. I don't think it was terrible.
Oh, that's awesome. BoobDan just gave me a shout out. I have to thank him profusely. I hope he
Johnny Cage says, Chimera, why are you the way you are?
Because he's a psychopath. Did you not know that?
Okay, well, to make a long story short, when your parents are old, like my parents were in their 40s when they had kids, when you when you're old and you have kids, the kids turn out weird. So there you go. I'm biologically ruined.
You're biologically ruined. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, my parents weren't in their 40s. My dad was almost 40 though, so I don't know. I have old parents. I don't know if it's like ruinous. It's a very boring childhood. Yep. So yeah. I'm sure there's some deep dark secret about why Chimera is so broken, but it's okay. We'll delve into that off stream. We can save that for later.
I remember when I was 18, I found Death Note, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best series of all time. I left off Samurai Champloo. It's no Cowboy Bebop, but it's still pretty good.
It is pretty good, yeah. But I think it was well done, but it wasn't like, it didn't have that philosophical depth that I would put in like my top 10 anime. But I'd put it in my top like 15 maybe.
Yeah. I'd put Ghost in the Shell in the top 15. It's not in my top 10, but it's good.
Yeah. All right. I just made a list while you were talking, so I guess perfect. I can go.
Yeah, she just ignored. She's like, oh, I'm just gonna ignore this guy and just type my own list.
yeah. I don't listen to what you say a lot, so you know. I'm gonna start a new swimsuit drawing, but first let's go over this list. All right.
Have you seen Goblin Slayer?
I saw the first few episodes. I haven't watched more than that.
That's
it's
probably
so
all
good.
to see to get the impression of the show, though.
I watched one episode.
Okay, cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I disagree.
At first, well, all right. We have
Are you
very
kidding
different. It's okay. We have similar tastes on some things, but very different tastes on like, especially when it comes to anime things.
The best part is when he kills the hobgoblin using this like chick's hair. He uses it like piano wire, like cutting its throat, and he's using his power of being super pissed off.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great. It's just bloody and with snuggle struggle everywhere, which is not great, but you know, that's anime. And let's see my list. First is Princess Mononoke, of course, like I said. That movie is fucking amazing.
Are you going from least favorite to favorite, or do you have
No. You know what? I should go from least favorite. Well, I already spoiled like what my most favorite is, but yeah, let me start from the bottom. Okay, so my number 10 is Sword of the Stranger.
Yes.
Which is very, very good. I have to rewatch it, but it was absolutely beautiful. Great story. The style is so nice. Oh, you should check it out.
Well, it's a bit like Samurai X.
It's really
a little
good. It's got
Just a
terrible name.
A little. The sword scenes, I can see that.
Well, plus he dyes. His hair is red, natural, but he dyes it black. I thought that was a reference to Samurai X.
Maybe, yeah. With the Japanese with the natural red hair, sure.
Yeah.
Sword of the Stranger, beautiful art style. Really good sword fight. So that's a good one. My number 9 is one that not a lot of people know, I think, but it's also a production IG. Guardian of the Sacred Spirit. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
Yo, it was good. So, Chimera, if you want a female lead that's not whiny, that kicks ass. Guardian of Sacred Spirit is one to go with. The lead, it's like fantasy. The lead really reminded me of Kusanagi, but it's set in a fantasy version of Asia, kind of like Korea. Like the names sound kind of Korean, but it's a complete fantasy version of Asia, and it's basically about a swordswoman who is charged with bringing a prince has been implanted with a kind of like a sacred spirit, and she's been charged with keeping him safe and transporting him. So it's adapted from some novels, I think, but the series is really good. Like the CG part's a little janky because it came out in like the early 2000s, but the animation it's production IG animation, so. There's like this one spear fight in like episode 3 early on. So fucking good.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Check it out.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna type it in the chat.
I don't want to check it out at all.
Guardian of the Sacred Spirit. I don't bring this up a lot, but while I was thinking of IG stuff, and I just remembered that existed. So, unfortunately, not a lot of people know about it. Number 8 for me is Paprika.
What?
Paprika.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
You've never seen Paprika?
Uncultured.
Oh my gosh. Uncultured indeed.
There goes your weeb card.
It was already taken away. Come on.
That's true.
It's not even a weeb thing. It's just a good movie.
Isekai. Isika?
Oh,
Isika?
but you're just determined to pronounce it the wrong way at this point. Yeah, Paprika was by do you know the Tokyo Godfathers director and Perfect Blue? I would put Perfect Blue there, but Paprika had a bigger impact on me. I think Perfect Blue is probably the more like deep work, but I don't know. Like Paprika just blew my mind in college, and that really affected me. It's directed by Satoshi Kon, and he unfortunately passed away like really young as well, in his 40s a few years ago. But he was a mangaka first, and his comics are also really interesting. I have a couple of them. I have Opus and I forgot what else. Opus and is it Deep? Something like the ocean one that he did. But he was a mangaka. And a really, really good one. Oh, I think he's one of those guys who worked on Akira. And then, because a lot of the people who worked on Akira under Katsuhiro Otomo went off and just became amazing directors and comic artists. So I think he got his start on Akira as well. So he did manga at first, and then he started. Perfect Blue was his first feature anime, and it's really, really good. It's basically about Japanese idol, like a girl group idol, who was trying to transition into like being a more adult role, and she's kind of being stalked, and it's really psychological, and she's going crazy and she's hallucinating. And his work always incorporates like a lot of illusions, and I like his work because it uses animation in a way that only animation can be used. It's very illusion-y, like the scene transitions are very like smooth, like have a, like it's like one room, a character will be walking across the screen, and then suddenly the room will shift to a different time and location, which work really well with Paprika because Paprika is about dreams. So that sounds silly, but it's about basically a psychological device that people can use to research. I guess a research company develops so people can like record their dreams and like delve into what they dream of to deal with their psychological problems. But it gets out of hand, and kind of like the dreams start spilling out into the real world, and it's visually very, very stunning, but also it's really interesting. It's just a really interesting story. I feel like I'm not explaining it well enough, but yeah.
I don't think you really need to describe the story too much, but it's like, yeah, it's about
it's about someone misusing a dream device and causing dreams to spill into the real world, and kind of chaos ensues.
Yeah, I've heard of Perfect Blue. I know what it is. I just never got around to watching it.
Perfect Blue is good too. I mean, maybe I should put Perfect Blue on here. If I don't know, maybe
Perfect Blue me. I watched it when I was too young, I think.
Yeah, Perfect Blue is pretty dark. I watched it much later than Paprika, so I was like, this is impressive, but I think the art style is also older, and I've also seen like a lot of more fucked up things before that, so I was like, oh, but yeah, it's pretty dark. You probably shouldn't watch it if you're too young. Then next one is Monster, of course. So
yep.
That had to be on there. Monster is fucking fantastic. I shouldn't watch the full anime, but I did read the full manga, and the anime is pretty true to the manga. The next up is another one that nobody mentions, Mushishi. You guys know Mushishi?
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of it.
I wish there were more episodes.
Yeah, Mushishi is really, really good. Oh
Never
my
heard
god.
of it. Mushishi? How do you spell that?
It's just a monster of the day.
Mushishi.
Mushishi. It's spelled like it sounds.
Yeah,
I know. I'm on the wiki.
I think there's a dash between she and she.
No, it's just one word.
Really?
Yeah, it's Bugmaster. It means Bugmaster. Mushishi.
Okay.
Like, literally, that's what it means. So I put it in the chat.
Magical, mystical anime.
In Japanese, it sounds more poetic. Okay. So Mushishi is very episodic, so it's really easy to get into. The art is like fucking beautiful, and it's basically about a guy who is his profession is a mushishi, and he is in this world. It kind of, the series is about a lot of like folk tales, and it reflects like kind of Japanese Shinto view of the world, but it deals with it tells the stories through. Okay, so the concept is there are creatures that are called mushi, in the world, and they're all around us, and you can find them but we can't see them. They're like tiny little spirits that inhabit like all different nooks and crannies, and they're like these otherworldly life forms that affect our world, but in ways that most people can't see, but it affects like their lives. Like, I don't know, maybe somebody will get sick, but there's no reason, that they don't know what virus it is, but it's actually Mushi doing it, and all these like magical effects on it. And a Mushishi is somebody who can see these Mushi, and also is trained to deal with them. So he, like, the main character's name is Ginkgo, and he goes around, just travels and helps people deal with these Mushi problems. And the concept is that the Mushi aren't evil. Sometimes they'll have a beneficial effect. They're not always trying to hurt people. They're just living, right? It's very like, I feel like it's a very like Japanese philosophy type of approaching things. Like, they're just living, they're just there, and they sometimes intersect with human life, and that hurts people, but it's not their fault. That's not what they're trying to do. So it's it's beautiful, and I just really like the stories that it comes across, and it tends to tell a very concise and cohesive story in every episode. So it's very good. You should check it out.
Yeah, I got plenty of stuff to watch. I'm finding out.
All the things you should check out. Wadsworth, hello! Thanks for joining. Nolan
Great
Lockhart
avatar.
says... What was...
Oh, no, Tim Curry from the movie Clue. I love that movie.
Oh, okay. I don't know that one. Nolan Lockhart. Man, I really can't wait till Anime Matsuri, with all this log. Is Anime Matsuri even happening this year? I'm not sure. Moribito! Yes, Krigalu. Seirei no Moribito is the name of Guardian of the Sacred Spirit in Japanese. So, yes, I would have to agree. Spearlead has to escort some little princeling brat into exile or something. Kind of, yeah, except the prince is, like, not that bratty. I mean, he's a weakling, but he's not whiny, so I found him okay.
He's not a Shinji from Neon Genesis?
He's not. He's not. He's just, like, he has a spirit in him, and I think it makes him kind of sick, so he's not very useful, but he's a nice kid, which makes the series, like, much more tolerable.
Oh, okay, so he's half a Shinji.
He's half a Shinji. He's half a Shinji. He's just a weak part. He's not a whiny part.
Is he an Eren from Attack on
No,
Titan?
no, he's not. He's not a my revenge. No, he's not.
I mean, is that even an Eren thing? I feel like every character in that show is over dramatized, except for Mika.
Jesus Christ, Eren is so fucking insufferable. As it should be. It's gonna be in Texas. We don't have any restrictions anymore. Oh, good for you.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. That would be nice. Matsuri is happening in July. Fantastic. Well, I hope you have fun. Yeah, conventions. I don't even know if I want to do conventions anymore, because I'm kind of jaded about cons. They didn't do anything for me. Like, all these years I've been doing that, I feel like in the last, 3 months that I've been promoting myself online and putting Fiendish out, I've gotten more results than, going to cons for 10 years. So why would I go?
Yeah,
I'd go to buy figurines and exclusive merch. That's about it.
Yeah, Clint Stoker put out a YouTube video. He basically said that, yeah, comic book creators get most of their audience on YouTube. Like, Twitter's 5%.
Pretty
So
much.
so just stream from YouTube and rake in the cash.
That kind of does feel like it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why I would go to cons anymore, but except to buy cool merch. That's why I'd like to go to Tokyo Comic Con. There's a lot of cool merch at Tokyo Comic Con.
Hang out with your friends. And,
Oh, that's what I'm doing now. I don't want to leave my house. Yeah, I guess it's nice when you go to cons. Usually the point is not really just to sell stuff or promote your work, because that never really worked for me. The point is to go there and get drunk afterwards with everybody. So yeah, sure, I suppose. Yeah, I'd still do Heroes. I still go to Heroes and maybe New York Comic Con, but I think that's going to be a while till they open that, because New York is just burning right now. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's get back to my list. What was the last one I mentioned? Oh, Mushishi. Alright, number 5 is FMA. And I was a little dubious to put it that high up, because I felt like the anime, it was a little too anime. You know what I mean?
Brotherhood or the 2003 series?
Brotherhood.
Oh, okay, yeah, Brotherhood is way better.
Yeah. I mean, I think it depends on who, like, which one you come into contact with. Because I've had like heated arguments with people who are like, the original was better. It's like, but Brotherhood stuck with the manga, and things make more sense. But, yeah, I like Brotherhood, but it's also because I read the manga first, and I think the place I put Brotherhood, like the anime, at is influenced by how much I love the manga, and the manga is a lot more serious and darker, but. But yeah, like I mean, FMA was too important to me and pivotal to like the things that influenced me for me to not to put it any lower. I think if they didn't, I don't know, I didn't. Looking back, a lot of the animation annoys me, like the cartoony stuff and like, you know, Winry smacking Ed all the time, that stuff, that kind of slapstick shonen stuff. But then like the deeper story is so good, and that's what I grew up on, and that was like one of the first anime. I was like, I'm watching it all the way through, and I watched it in like middle school. And Fiendish is actually really influenced by FMA, and people don't really see it on the surface, but it's there. So yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it's so funny. I was showing them my pages for chapter 2, and Nick's like, your scenes feel like FMA scenes. I'm like, good.
So let me guess, the next one on your list is Vinland Saga.
No.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Is that higher on the list?
It is not on the list.
Are you serious?
Yes, because well, first of all, it's not done yet. I think I want to wait till it's done, and I'm not a complete fan of the fight scenes all the time. I think I want to see how it wraps up, because it could always go to shit, right? So if it wraps up, I put it up there like probably right around Guardian of Sacred Spirit, because it is really good, but. I don't always like the fight scenes, and I want to see if they stay true enough to the manga, because I'm a huge fan of manga. I'd put, like, the manga would be, like, my top 3 if I made a list of manga. So, my next one, number 4, is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. Oh, no, Second Gig. Ghost in the Shell Second Gig. Standalone Complex was good, too, but Second Gig changed my fucking life. So, yeah. That was really fantastic. And technically, I'd include the Solid State Society movie as well, because it's kind of a follow-up to that, but
yeah,
the story of Second Gig, like how, because Standalone Complex was kind of the original, you know, the Puppet Master thing that carried over from the manga, but Second Gig kind of did its own thing and went international, and with the whole Kuze thing, it was like how they delved into international terrorism and all that. It went so much deeper and so much broader. I think that was the first anime that I saw that made me just realize how mature and how serious anime could be. I've seen stuff that's like bloody, but that's not being philosophically deep, you know.
Is Second Gig the one with the disfigured face guy?
Goda.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
and Hideo Kuze, the boy that knew Kusanagi.
Okay.
Kuze is a great character too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that. I watched that when I was like 17, so it's been over 10 years.
It's been a while too. I rewatched it a bit after college, but I've seen it about like at least 5 or 6 times, and I really like it. So if you haven't seen Ghost in the Shell, like, go see it.
Yeah, like
please.
when I met you in college, that was like one of the first things I learned about you, was that you were really inspired by Ghost in the Shell. And back in the day, you were doing like, you weren't really so much into fantasy, but you were really into sci-fi. And
yeah, I think it was more like the mystery thing, and it was more the Ghost in the Shell influence. But it wasn't like I was an exclusively sci-fi person. But I was writing a story, like a detective story, that was also set in Hong Kong. I debated setting it in Taiwan, but I thought Hong Kong was a better setting in college, and didn't really go anywhere. I didn't think my characters were good enough. But yeah, that was also a thing. Yep. I think I'd also hadn't seen a lot of the other things on this list. I hadn't seen Berserk at the time, and I didn't even watch Cowboy Bebop when I started college, and I hadn't seen Paprika. But Ghost in the Shell was what made me decide to go to art school. So there you go. it's pretty much always going to be on my top 10 list.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 for me is Berserk Golden Age arc.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Of course. Number 2 is Cowboy Bebop, of course. And number 1 is Princess Mononoke.
Thank God you didn't say Spirited Away.
Spirited Away! It's my favorite movie ever!
Is there like a lot of Spirited Away hate on your stream? Like, is this common?
No!
It's
this
a
is the
fine
first time
movie.
I've heard about that.
It's a fine movie. It's just.
You just don't like whine. I mean, the point is, the point of Chihiro's character is Miyazaki was critiquing how whiny and weak and unwilling to work young people are. That was what he was doing.
He seriously says that.
I believe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's why she's so whiny, and she's like, "Oh my god, I have to work." Oh.
How was it that he phrased it? Because for a change,
He's
because
such a grumpy old man. I love it.
He's really rough, and but like he tried to actually say it in a nice way. I think it was like I tried to imagine what the leading character that modern little girls would actually want to follow.
And he was right, apparently. I guess I'm a bit surprised. I feel like I haven't really heard anyone dislike Spirited Away other than myself. I feel like I've always been the one in my own circle saying I don't like it, but it's like, it's very pretty, but that's all it's ever been to me. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know why anything is happening. And
Thank you.
Okay, there's a lot of like references to Japanese culture and lore and like the spirits of certain things, and all right, you freaking Americans. So it's good. It's not my favorite. It doesn't appeal to me, but I understand what it's about.
What was your number one? I've actually completely forgotten.
Princess Mononoke.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh yes, it passes. We can still hang out.
I was actually surprised to hear you say Cowboy Bebop. I don't think I've ever heard you talk about Cowboy Bebop before.
Yeah, I hadn't watched it when we were in college, but I saw it afterwards. And more specifically, I think the movie was like.
Oh yeah,
the movie is specifically what really affected me. I mean, the animation was so.
That's
beautiful.
actually how I got my brother to watch anime, because he would just make fun of me when I was a teenager, and I'm like, no, it's actually good, and he would think, no, it's like Pokemon. I'm like, no, this stuff is actually good, and I showed him Adult Swim, Cowboy Bebop, and he's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, yeah.
And then your brother's like, have you ever seen Paprika?
No, I haven't.
Exactly.
Weeb card removed. How dare you?
Yeah, I don't get the hate for anime even now. I still don't get it. Like, people will call you a weeb. I really don't get it. This shit is way better than anything in the West.
Well, people hate it for different reasons, though, don't they?
I think they just hate it because they want to sound cool and they don't look into it.
There was also like a big like pushback, because I think that during the 90s, when anime started to become so popular in popular media, you'd see that a lot of North American stuff started to try and leech off of it or emulate it in these really ugly, bastardized forms of it. And so I think it created a big pushback in that everything that everybody else liked felt like it was getting tainted with a anime flavor. And the worst thing is that obviously it was a lot of times very disingenuous and very superficial. So I think that a lot of hate must have come from that, because when I saw like comics or a lot of shows at the time from North America, they were like stained with this thing where it's like, I guess that's what's popular. Let's make it look like anime, and it looked bad. It felt bad. Like you didn't really want to watch that, but it was just like the young kids like that nowadays, right? So maybe a lot of people understood that, oh, that actually is anime. That's how sucky it is. If this is what North Americans are doing with it, I don't even want to know what the original thing is like.
I don't know if I mentioned it on this channel, but did I? Yeah, Fraga's daughter walked in and said, yeah, I watched One Punch Man and, Promised Neverland. I'm like, yeah, like we've been conquered by Japan. It's just, everyone's worrying about China, and I'm like, no, Japan conquered us long ago.
I mean, if we're going to be conquered by an Asian country, I'd much rather it be Japan than China.
Yeah, there you go.
I will be a minion of Japan any day. I'm fine with that.
Taiwan #1.
Taiwan #1. I know we were part of Japan. They weren't like super nice to us, but it wasn't terrible either. Yeah, we were a colony, and you know, colonies are colonies, second-class citizens, but they built like a lot of the Taiwanese infrastructure.
Oh, okay, were you born in Taiwan or America?
Taiwan.
Oh, your English is really good. Did you move to America as a kid?
No, I moved here in 17. On my own with like.
Holy crap, your English is amazing.
Well, my dad's from New York. I've told you that, right?
Yeah, I think so. I knew a girl from Saipan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that, but she had amazing English, and yeah, she sounded like a valley girl. And she's like, no, I'm like, no, I'm from Saipan. I'm like, oh shit, your English is great.
Did she live in America for a long time?
I don't know. I think she said something about watching our TV shows and she learned how to speak English. Like, how the fuck did that work? How does watching Price is Right make you good at English?
I feel like this body is all janked up. Whatever.
I mean, it really helps. Just watching just normal TV shows, because you get a grasp on not just the rules, which is the easy thing, but you will end up talking like a robot. But you watch stuff with just more colloquial wording, and it helps you actually keep flow and talk without people being able to notice your accent too much.
Gotcha. Yeah, you did mention your dad was American. Like, yeah, you said you're like Taiwanese and Jewish, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you're really good at math.
Totally. Yeah, I'm not, but I'm supposed to be. Yeah. Also, I'm taking over the world because I take part. I know all the conspiracies, so. Chinese and Jewish. There we go. We're conquering the world.
Her mom was Chinglish from Black Lagoon.
Chinglish. Yeah, we've decided. Yeah, that's my mom and the Jewish guy. That's my dad. That's how they met.
There's a Jewish guy in Black Lagoon.
What? Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why I like Black Lagoon so much.
I love this. It's just you guys just talking effusively about this anime, and Ariel just like turns around to me with this big photo, like she's like, Black Lagoon.
Oh fuck! I probably would have put Black Lagoon on there. I mean, it's not like philosophically deep or anything.
No, I mean it's good action. Like I don't need anything else.
I mean, it got really deep though, so I'm wrong. It did.
Yeah.
I should probably put Black Lagoon somewhere on there.
Yeah, Rock.
I don't know.
Rock went from like a goody two shoes to like being a bona fide badass. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I would replace the number 10 with Black Lagoon. That's stupid because I just did a fan art of it. I'll pull it up in case you guys didn't see it.
I've
been drawing a lot of hot chicks recently.
Yeah, it would be on my top 15.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
I have to rewatch it. I don't know if it would replace Sword of the Stranger for me yet, but
let me link all the Slayers stuff in the private chat.
Guys, was Black Lagoon on Toonami, or where was it that it first came to the US?
I don't know. I pirate everything. I have no idea.
It was on LimeWire.
It was just on LimeWire. You had to be a really.
Yeah, right, there we go. Irene had just put up a picture of that character.
Okay.
Like she's the main character in Black Lagoon.
Kind of. No, technically, Rock is the main character, but she's
she's not the one that's selling the series.
She's the one that sells the series. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the self-destructive girl that runs around on her panties every 4 episodes that's selling it.
So the premise is Rock, the main character, is a Japanese businessman who gets taken hostage by a bunch of pirates while he's in like a steamboat, and I think they were around Thailand at the time, and so they weren't supposed to take hostages, but this chick here just like on a whim takes him hostage, and he speaks English because he was like the translator on the ship, so just for literally no reason she takes him hostage, and he ends up basically as a crew with this like group of pirates, and it's just like this motley crew of people. Like the leader is a Black American guy. Revi here is Chinese American, and she had like a really rough childhood, and she's like their gunman, and you know she's complete insane murderess, but she sells the show because she is an insane murderess. And then there's it's really colorful, and it essentially is about the going-ons of the underworld, starting from sort of the pirate scene in Thailand, but then it starts going international in different arcs. So you have an arc in Japan where they go back to Japan and then they deal with the Yakuza, and then there's like an arc in Venezuela, and then there's another one. Where was it? Was there one in America?
I mean, they go to America. I don't remember. If, like,
They go to America. There wasn't like a whole arc there. Yeah. But it gets very international, though. It's based around this like pirate crew. They're modern day pirates. They're based in Thailand. And there's like this complete badass, like the Russian mafia boss is this woman called Balalaika, and she has like half her face is a scar. And there are so many murderous women, and that's really what sells the show. And the main character, Rock, goes from like this really soft, wimpy Japanese businessman type to a complete hardened badass throughout the whole show. And what I like about it is not only is it like bloody and fucked up, because that's fun, but it goes really dark, and it's not afraid to go dark. And it feels like this is stuff that can happen in our real underworld, is what I really like about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds interesting.
And Red
I
River
like
also.
globe-trotting stories. That sounds
Oh yeah, I love international type stories.
Yeah, I said this in a DM group. Like I said, Sims Black Lagoon piece was good, and then I scrolled up and I'm like, oh wow, Renee is like way better than Sim. Like, oh shit. It's just like you added more background, like a bazooka, the cassette player. I'm like, wow, this is like way better. Like,
yes.
Holy crap! Like,
I wanted
this
to do
isn't
an
a
action
doodle.
shot.
Well, this isn't a doodle. It's a
This
sequential.
is sketchy for me. Like, I'm like, okay, I had to stop myself from finishing this more, but
You just put Sim to shame every single doodle and show.
yeah, but you know,
Thank you.
I enjoy it.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
No, thank you. I hate Sim.
Cool.
Not
I will
really.
keep on doing that. I quite enjoy it. I will take on this responsibility with glee. Woodrow says, Americans I know don't like the high energetic style of anime. They think it's childish. Huh, interesting. Like, the problem for me isn't that it's high and energetic. It's when, like, the kind of slapstick jokes, you know, that are obviously meant for a younger audience. But that's not all anime.
Like,
Nice guys!
I
Thank
kind of
you.
have a hard time like thinking about that, like high energy. It's like there's a lot of animation that is like
Black Lagoon.
which anime would be an example of this high energy? Because I can't help but just think it's like obnoxious moe
Slayers?
when someone does that. Slayers. Is that really an outlier for like the level of energy that you would see in North American animation? It doesn't really feel like it, or maybe I'm
Most
just
North
remembering it
American
wrong.
animation is for kids. Most of it, anyway.
I mean, look at SpongeBob or something. That thing is spastic as hell.
Yeah, for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're saying that the reason why American audiences tend to think of Japanese anime as made for
making it
kids.
childish. Okay. So what is the animation that is not childish in the U.S. according to you?
I don't know. Family Guy.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You're asking the wrong people. That's not our opinion. That's not our opinion.
Bob's Burgers.
Well, I don't know. I thought it was an interesting.
SpongeBob is the height of animation.
DC animated movies.
I mean, now you have the stuff that Powerhouse does. This Castlevania guys.
Yeah, I feel like they're starting to
Well, yeah, but that one,
open people's minds.
That one's a very much influenced by anime too.
It's also really modern.
Who was that made that comment?
Who made the comment?
Yeah.
Woodrow.
No, yeah, I know. It's just he also followed up on another comment.
I don't know what to do with her hair. What should I do with her hair?
Spawn the animated series.
Yeah, the HBO Spawn series is one of the best series of all time. I mean, it's not an anime, but it's very good animation.
Yeah,
Is that not for kids?
it's fun. Oh no, it's very.
No, it's totally for kids. No, you should definitely watch. Yeah, no, it's totally for kids.
Are you calling me a kid?
No, it's totally for kids. You should watch it.
Are you judging?
No, it's
bulk.
my
That's
no,
little boy.
sweet. No, but seriously, it's like if Batman the animated series but on steroids. It's basically that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they
Yeah, I
tried
haven't
to
seen
really
that.
try and make it as edgy as they could for a North American animated show.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know that many mature North American. Like Gargoyles is the one, North American one that I grew up with. We got Gargoyles in Taiwan. I'm surprised we didn't get that much American stuff, but I really like that. I've always liked dark things.
Eric in the chat says he's just getting to anime. Yeah, if you love One Punch Man, check out Mob Psycho 100. It's
Yes.
very good. It's by the same creator.
Yes. Mob Psycho is very good as well.
I guess I'll go next as far as my list.
All right.
I tried to order this. It's just been sitting there, kind of in a big mess. So I think this is a decent order. So my number 10 anime would be Paprika. I think it's gorgeous. I find it inspiring in terms of its animation and how ambitious all of its how technical it is in a lot of things, and how they depict dreams and stuff. I love the writing in that movie, and I am always interested whenever you have themes of like what is real and what is a dream. That totally gets me, and I love that stuff. I think it was awesome. Great movie.
That was really fun. Yes. Every other shot, you're just looking. It's like, okay, so this looks like a normal shot. How is it not a normal shot? Because they were very inventive about what they were doing with it. Colin really went all out and trying to adapt as much as he could out of that dream journal.
Yeah. Also, best composer in Japan, as far as I'm concerned, Susumu Hirasawa. Worked
Yeah, the
on
music is
Paprika.
really good.
He also worked on the Berserk anime. That's why it sounds so gorgeous. Number 9 for me is Steam Boy, another one by Satoshi Kon.
Really?
It's,
Okay.
Isn't it?
no,
No, that's not. That's by Katsuhiro Otomo.
Oh, it is.
It's full of big balloon, tiny eye people. It's Otomo all the way.
Okay. I guess that. Whoops. But yeah, so Steam Boy. Gosh, I think that it is kind of in terms of like story, it's a little bit forgettable, but I think it's like
A little bit.
It makes me think about
It's very pretty.
what I want to do with my art and the heights that you can take it. Like I love period pieces and just like really just getting into steampunk and just showing the limitations of it. It's amazing. It's gorgeous.
And an anime movie with a good European with good European voice acting in there. That was pretty fun.
It's mostly good. I feel like it's a bit stilted, honestly.
Is it? Oh, I love how it sounded. Maybe it's because of coming as a foreigner to the U.S. and stuff. But it sounded really good to me.
They had a celebrity voice cast, and so I'm sure all of the English accents were correct and all that. I felt like their directing was a bit off, and so they sounded a little stilted to me. But I'm a bit of an Anglophile, so yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Next, I have Castlevania. A lot of the things on this list are really recent.
Someone's gonna scream at you for categorizing that as anime.
I know, right?
Let me guess, you like Avatar: The Last Airbender too?
I actually do. I
It's
think
not
it's
bad. Okay, Avatar is good.
But it's not anime.
I don't count it as anime.
Yeah, it's not
But
anime.
it is really good.
It's not anime.
I count it.
I'm
I think
taking
it's.
away your weeb card.
Oh no, you're the arbiter. Well, I started it, so.
I think Avatar: The Last Airbender is very cute, and it made me learn a lot about how stories are written, just because you can see how it was built.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it helped me learn about writing quite a bit. I'm constantly referring to it in my head as just like, oh, that's how they did that, as I'm trying to learn how to write myself.
They put together concepts that had been done before, but together in a way that all fit. And I think the writing was basic, but really well done. So I get what you mean by that. It's a good reference for learning to write.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Castlevania. I especially like the first and second season. That's basically like the second half of the first season. Anyway, like the whole Dracula stuff, all of that was awesome. I love that they actually put a lot of effort into the writing and building the characters, and different arts, different kind of animation, but it still looks very anime. It's just fun. It's great. I love it.
Did you ever play the video games?
No, I did not. This is my introduction to Castlevania. Really.
Yeah, me neither.
And I was like, wow, yeah, Dracula's so deep. And I was like, oh, that was from the games. That's a boss from the games over there. That's a move from the games. That's why it looks weird. I really like it.
Yeah, I know nothing about the games. I am not much of a gamer.
Yeah, I didn't play the video games either.
Next is Slayers. This is mostly for nostalgia's sake. I think it's an anime that I still hold warmly in my heart as far as my childhood. I rewatched it like a couple years ago, and yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago. I rewatched it, and I don't think it holds up quite as well, but as like at least for the sense of humor I have now. But man, it's fun. It's a fun show, and I like Zelos. He's my favorite character, and he's very refreshing. He's constantly tricking and making fun of the main characters, and he's great.
I would say Zelgoddess. It's my favorite.
I forget.
Zelgoddess used to be my favorite until he came in. I really liked the emo bad boy aesthetic of Zelgoddess.
But Zelos is the one that has the purple bowl cut, right?
Oh yeah, Zelos is the guy. He has such an ugly design. Yeah, he's got the purple bowl cut and the closed eyes.
I always liked him, but his design and his name are super forgettable for me, so I always forget who the hell he is.
Oh. I think he just has a bad design, but he has a great personality. I think he's great every time he shows up.
You're ugly, but you have a good personality.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's actually part of the monster race, which is even funnier.
Yeah.
Even less.
That's a spoiler. Yes.
Even less.
No, it's not.
He's a monster. He doesn't need to have good fashion sense. Next I have FMA. I think I just have FMA in general because I've seen the original anime and then I've seen Brotherhood, and I have a really bad memory. I know I haven't been on your streams very often. If I come here more often, people start to realize I just have a garbage memory, and I don't remember what happens.
This is true. It's a constant problem in our campaigns. But we still love you, Ariel.
So I don't actually remember what happens in either, but I really liked both of them.
Yay!
I
don't know what happened, but they were great.
Yeah.
No, it's just like she knows what happens in it, but it's just that she doesn't differentiate between the two. So it's like,
okay.
If she watches one, it's like, oh yeah, this is what happened. No, honey, that wasn't the other one.
You're being kind, honey. I honestly don't remember a lot.
Oh, here was thinking, okay.
Here, Nick was being charitable. No.
Here I am like, yeah, the Chimera episode with like the girl and her dog, and then my memory just blank.
Okay, everybody knows about that one.
I know.
Did you say Brotherhood or 2003?
She said both because it's all a mulch for her.
I liked them both. I really did. I liked them both. I think that from what I recall, the original anime was better at the beginning. The art style is better, and the I'm not short jokes are a lot less, and that's good.
That's true. The original had a better beginning. But just because Brotherhood rushed the beginning, I wish it didn't do that. They're like, oh, people have already seen this. Like, well, what if I want like a full anime that's concise and well put together? I don't want you to rush it just because it's been done before.
Yeah, from what I can tell, watch the beginning of the original anime, and then once you're past the beginning, switch over to Brotherhood, maybe. If that's
I think that could work.
Without
someone said that in the chat earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
What did you say,
I agree.
What?
No, someone said that in the chat earlier. First half of FMA 2003, and then the second half of Brotherhood. Yeah, Brotherhood is much better later on because it's more serious and there's like action.
I can agree to that. I can definitely agree to that.
Yeah.
Irene, we hear about Irene constantly talking about FMA when we're chatting together, and I think her and I clash a lot on which series we prefer. But man, I'm currently going through that same thing of just seeing. Now that we're watching the new series for Shaman King, it is depressing seeing how much they're rushing through the beginning.
It's painful.
Oh, it is so hard because it's like it's the easiest things to actually latch onto, because like the more down to earth stuff, but they're just rushing. Oh, you saw that in the previous anime. It was good. We're gonna get to the other stuff. It's like, oh no,
yeah,
it's so bad.
Why do they have to do that? I don't get it. Just like it's new animation and everything, so just redo it.
I think it's because the series is so big that they just want to get to the new stuff that hasn't been adapted, which is it's just a shame because like it's prettier, but it's not as engaging until they get to the new stuff. But it's gonna take a while.
It makes me not want to put myself through the beginning to get to the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have lost me.
You know what? Let's give her no top and just hair. There we go. How's that?
No top. Oh, okay.
The top. Yeah, her hair.
All right,
is
so
covering her.
yeah. Next I have One Punch Man season 1. I've only seen season 1 because it was done by that different studio, and
You're the moment that you see the anime.
Yeah, I was really sad once we saw season 2. I was like, oh, this is not good anymore.
It wasn't as good as season 1. I would give it a 7 out of 10, and it's mostly because I like Garo. So there you go.
I forget. I like I said, I have a bad memory. I don't remember most of One Punch Man. I remember laughing my ass off. I remember like they have the best opening ever in the history of anime. I'll fight you on that. Their opening is the best.
Oh, okay. I don't know what to
Yes.
fight you over for, but yeah, sure.
It is like I bought that song.
You know what? The Black Lagoon opening is pretty fucking good.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, One
Yes.
Punch Man opening season 1 is the best, and it was hilarious. It was witty. Yeah, and I really like what's his name? The Bike Man. Bike Man. What's his name?
Oh gosh, what is his name?
Moomin Rider.
The original thing that they're basing him off of. What is?
Moomin Bike Rider.
Oh my god, I forget.
Chimera said Moomin Rider.
Moomin Rider? That's his name? I love him. I gotta rewatch that season. It was so good. It really inspired me.
Garo is my favorite character, but again, I like villains, so there you go.
I forget which one Garo is.
Garo, good lord.
All y'all's weeb cards are taken away.
I have a bad memory.
I didn't even fucking watch One Punch Man.
He's the crazy dude who beats
Oh, it's just yeah. You haven't seen it.
He wasn't in season 1. He doesn't count.
I thought you watched season 2. Never mind.
Yeah, I need to read the manga. It's on my list, which is very long, unfortunately. But yeah, I do intend to read the manga.
It's really good. The manga is really good. I'm on chapter 144 right now.
Nice.
Good one.
Next on my list is Mob Psycho 100. Gosh, like Mob Psycho means so much to me. Like it reminds me so strongly of this comic that I was writing when I was in high school. and I kind of dropped the idea after a while, but it was very similar in ways, and it was kind of getting at similar themes, and like just seeing Mob Psycho like basically have a similar idea but do it a million times better than I ever could have. I'm like, oh my god, that's almost like the story I wanted to do, but it's just so much better. Gosh.
Huh. I don't think you mentioned that. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I find it inspiring, a little saddening because I can't do that. It's so good. The writing is so well done. I love all of the character relationships and how deep they get into the character psychology. It's amazing. And also the fact that they play around with their animation and art styles is also really fun. They're really creative.
I'll be right back. Meanwhile, feast your eyes on this boobage.
Okay. Next on my list is Devilman Crybaby. Again, I have a lot of recent stuff on here.
Boo. Boo.
Boo, you don't like it?
I didn't like the ending.
You didn't like the ending? I guess the ending was kind of like, I didn't really care for the ending that much either, but I liked the first half of it so much.
Yeah, I did too. I just didn't like the ending.
What didn't you like about it?
What bothered you about the ending?
Didn't everyone die in the ending?
Yep.
Well, yeah, technically, but the idea is that it's cyclical, so it's just that it's supposed to start again and all that.
I guess.
It's like a very doom and gloom kind of show in the first place. It's kind of like the whole show is just about how the world sucks, pretty much.
Yeah.
So is that what you didn't like about the ending thing? That it just ends and everybody dying?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's so weird because you keep talking about all these other anime that are just about, and you keep talking about all the blood and gore and the fighting.
Yeah, but I don't want every single. I don't want the entire Earth destroyed. I don't want the entire Earth destroyed.
Oh, okay. I guess that's where we differ.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know, huh? If you put Devilman Crybaby on your list because the Earth gets destroyed.
It's fun.
That wasn't my favorite part of it. I thought that their message was like fine. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't really care for the ending that much, but man, the beginning was like some of the best stuff I've ever seen. Really inspired me. I love their score, by the way. They have like some really awesome, like, I think it's like, what do you call, like, dark synth techno music. Gosh, that was cool. What can I really say about that show? I just found it really inspiring. It made me feel like a teenager again.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's pretty much the whole point of that. Like, are you an angsty teenager? Check this out.
But I like that not the whole show was doom and gloom. They really made you care about the characters.
No. At the beginning, it's not.
Yeah.
But it's like it draws you in.
It has a lot of light in
that you're
it.
supposed to like as a teenager. It's like, are you edgy? Do you think you know better than your parents and everybody's an idiot except you? Do you like boobs? Do you like gore? Check this out.
I liked the relationship with the not girlfriend. I think her name is Miki, and how she is there to like represent innocence. And I feel like that's kind of the perspective that I'm coming from into this. And she has like this line, like, what's so bad about being innocent? And I'm like, that's such an interesting perspective. And I don't know, it
certainly fleshed her out better than some of the other versions of Devilman.
yeah.
Where she's just kind of like, I am good, and being good is good, guys.
Well, yeah, like
it's a good guy is not the one that you really want to go for like deep storytelling, but it's like it's bombastic, it's fun. So I definitely appreciate what they added up to the series for her, so that you can actually connect and feel that when she dies, and not be like, oh man, that must have hurt.
Yeah, no, they really made you care about the characters, and yeah, I think they really showed the other side of not just like the the edgy, dark stuff and how everything is terrible. They showed like what's worth fighting for and all that. So
Since you're back, Irene, is that
Hello.
the character you're gonna show in chapter 2 or chapter 3 or something?
Yes. This is Ragna and Yomi. These are my 2 main girls. So I have 2 main guys and 2 main girls. And today I was gonna draw swimsuits and girls. I mean, maybe next stream I'll do the boys. How's that? I'll do boys in swimsuits next week. There you go. So, but yes, on the right, that's Ragna. That's the like my caster, like my magic caster character that I was gonna introduce in the second book. But if we get to 25k on Fiendish, I will introduce her in chapter 1. I'll add 4 more pages and put her in there. So, if you want to see more of this, back Fiendish.
that's a pretty interesting swimsuit she has on.
It's a great swimsuit, isn't it?
Right, but that hair is just like the defying gravity and just kind of getting in the way for that swimsuit. I would love to see the actual design of that swimsuit underneath.
Yeah, it's a very nice swimsuit. I think it's just like, shells pasted on. It was a little difficult because it's like a pre-industrial fantasy world and they don't really have swimsuits. I was like, people just swim naked. Like, people being naked is not a shocking thing in the world that I'm building, which is how it used to be. It's, I don't know, like being really prudish about nudity and sex is like a very modern thing, So, yeah, great swimsuit. I know it's like it's an invisible bikini.
Gotta add some food in one of these swimsuit pictures.
Food. Nick is not impressed.
I mean, that was
food.
I always say that was my favorite picture of the swimsuit issues of Marvel, where it was Wolverine just cooking some hot dogs with his arm spikes. That was cool.
There you go, Nick. Just for you.
Look, she fixed it, honey. The big meatloaf.
What the hell is this girl's problem? Did she just put meat on the floor?
No,
Okay, all right.
He's
Like,
so critical. He's like,
totally a
fucking
piece of meat.
savage.
She's sitting on a giant. She's sitting on a giant fan.
Yeah, she's sitting on a dish. There we go. This has me thinking of those like sushi, those human sushi platters.
Yeah.
You have like people lying still and you put sushi on them. Apparently, it's really expensive.
Oh man, I looked at there's an anime movie that gave me
Something about food.
the same director for Devilman Crybaby. He actually directed the only One Piece movie that is worth watching because it actually has a different style. It is really pretty and it actually has a fun, dark story. But my favorite scene is where the cook of the Straw Hat Pirates gets in a cooking duel against the other guy, and they put like giant pieces of butter on their feet and just wrap them up, and they skate on top of a giant frying table, and they have to make they just have to use giant ingredients to make cooking. That was so good.
Yeah, it sounds like
the
a
hell?
perfect movie for you.
Yeah, it's great.
This
very
one
great.
anime I grew up on was, I don't know the English or Japanese name. I know the Chinese name because I watched it in Taiwan when I was a kid. And it was about cooking. 中华小厨师. Nobody here understands what the fuck I just said, but it was just about like a chef and this typical vapid girl sidekick, but it was just about food, and he was going all around, like, I think it was China or Japan. It was like a Chinese boy, but he might have been going around Japan, and just like challenging people to cooking, and it was like, they made it super epic and interesting because food in anime is always epic and interesting. So I gotta find what it was called. The guy had like blue hair, like short. It was code for black hair, but it was colored blue, and then he was wearing like a red Chinese shirt.
Wait, no, that's okay. Okay, you're not talking about that big buff guy that'll go killing monks and cook them, right?
No,
Okay.
No, it was like a normal guy who was a
Okay.
cook.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
no.
any manga or anime about food, I definitely want to check it out.
I will find that for you.
You know, man, it's like it is always like even when it's a manga that is not about cooking, whenever they have a shot of someone cooking or making a dish, the mangaka really puts like all the effort into rendering the heck out of that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think it's more of a anime thing, I think. I don't see it as much in manga, but man, in anime they just like I add all this shine and this glistening effect and like 50 more layers of colors than they do on the characters. I don't know what it is with like Japanese obsession with animating food, but
I always
appreciate
notice
it.
it more in manga because there's
Really?
just like there's not the level of tones
Weird.
and texture in the characters and stuff as when food shows up.
Yeah, they're kind of. I always notice more in anime. Maybe it's both, and it's just a matter of me not really seeing it as much.
So why do you like this character so much? Like you're excited to introduce her?
Oh, because she's a bitch. And I'm
Oh.
inviting her.
Oh, okay. I thought there was going
That
to be a long,
explains a lot.
detailed. Yeah, I thought there was going to be a long, detailed explanation.
Listen,
Like, oh, she's
I
some
mean-
kind of like goddess or whatever. No, she's a bitch.
Listen, I mean, she's also fantastic. I mean, you gotta have something there for everybody. You have some people who are there to watch a tough guy kill demons, and that's Casimir. And you know, you want the young boy coming of age story, and that's Iskall, a young girl coming of age and kind of finding her way. That's Yomi, and Ragna is my bitchy caster character, and that's where people want a well-written, strong female character. So she is. I mean. She is very powerful. She's not a goddess. She's a kind of human. She's like a special like race of human that called Ispolin. It's actually from Bulgarian mythology, and she's essentially she's mixed with Ispolin. She's not pure Ispolin. The Ispolin kind of descended upon each continent, taught humans civilization and magic, and then they left. And they left a lot of humans that were mixed with Ispolin blood. So Ragna is part Ispolin, but people who are part Ispolin have much more powerful casting abilities. And she's from a special lineage of Ispolin, and her journey, she's kind of on her journey to complete what shamans call the discovery. And it's not really required to be a full shaman, but it's an Ispolin tradition. And you have to like make a new discover like a new type of research or have a breakthrough, and in order to become like a full-fledged shaman. And my shamans have tattoos on their faces. I haven't drawn it on her yet, but for your tattoos to be complete, you have to finish her discovery. So that's a journey she's on. But she just had a lot of bad luck with that. But she's already very accomplished and very powerful. And she's like. Most of what she can do is from raw talent, but also like she grew up being trained really hard. And I think I kind of drew that from my own experience of like being made to work really hard as a kid. But that's kind of also what she went through, and she had a lot of casting talent because the way the magic system works is I have 8 elements, and most humans are attuned to 1 element. So they can possibly be trained after a lot of training, because not everybody can become a shaman. Shamans are my casters in this continent. Not everyone can, become one. You have to go through a lot of training. You have to be smart enough to study and everything. But if you do train and become a shaman, you can only cast in like 1 element and slightly weaker abilities in the 2 elements that are like not right adjacent next to them, right next to them on the chart. But Ragna can cast in her primary element and also 2 others, like 2 each side. So she can cast 5 elements, she's basically the avatar, right? So she's pretty powerful and fantastic. And because she's very good at what she does, she's kind of a bitch, and she's very stuck up about it. But I think it's interesting that she does have a lot more to her story. It's kind of like, this complex of, well, I always have to be better, and what happens when I can't become better. She wants to be perfect, and the perfectionism really gets to her when she fails at that. So yeah, she's a fantastic character, and I can't wait to introduce her.
That would be hilarious if you were muted this entire time and we didn't hear anything you just said.
That would really suck, and I would have fucking hated all of you for not saying a single thing. Just like pure silence for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, no one said anything?
We all just have this secret agreement to just nod.
Just ignore her whenever she's talking about herself. Insert. Just ignore her.
Sounds like my friends.
So you mentioned Bulgarian mythology.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
Ispoling, that's from Bulgarian mythology. And it's kind of like the Anunnaki. So in the southern continent of Discara is they're called the Anunnaki. And I have like three major continents in my world. So you have the southern continent that's kind of I draw from more Middle Eastern and Indian myths and cultures, and then the northern one is more like Slavic and Norse and like a little bit of romance, but mostly Slavic and Norse, because I feel like romance and like Latin stuff is kind of that kind of fantasy is really overdone. But so, and then that's the northern continent, and then to the east I have an eastern continent. It's basically my fantasy Asia, and that's Taya. So on Taya they're called Shenren, which is also like a Chinese, in Chinese mythology, like higher humans. Like I think a lot of people equivocate them, that term, to angels or saints, but it's not quite that. It's a little different. But they're basically like ascended humans. And in this Discara, the southern continent, they're Anunnaki because that's the Babylonian term, and in Arvos they're Ispolin. But it's the same kind of this higher race of mysterious humans that descended out of nowhere, taught people knowledge, and then they left.
Gotcha. Yeah, I had a discussion with my brother because he's into giants and mythology, and he's the one that got me into the Book of Enoch. I was afraid of doing, I finished book 3 a few weeks ago, so
Oh, you're
the
actually
entire,
reading it. Cool. I've only like seen videos of people talking about what goes on in it. It's like, this is wild shit.
yeah, so I
It's
finished.
like, yeah, it's like the Mahabharata. Like it reads like a sci-fi epic or something, right?
No, no, I was saying I finished Testament book 3, so I
Okay.
finished writing it, and so yeah, I don't want to do Anunnaki because then people would just think, oh, well, that's just
I
ancient
know.
aliens, and I'm
I
like, I
almost
don't.
called, yeah, I almost
Yeah.
called them Anunnaki, but I was like, people are gonna be like, they're gonna jump on that. So
Well,
I
I'm just
went with it.
afraid of like the comparisons in general. So they're not fallen angels. They're like Nephilim-esque, Nephilim lights, because there's some different theories about Nephilim. They could be the line of Seth mating with the line of Cain,
Yeah.
or other things. So we'll just leave it just a bit, mysterious. Because as soon as you introduce, you know, fallen angels or ancient aliens, they're like, oh, it's from the ancient aliens guy, and I'm like,
Oh
oh
my
fuck.
gosh.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
want my
realized that.
Yeah, I don't want my series I've worked on for 4 years to become a meme. So no. um,
Yeah, that's kind of annoying because, I mean, just I haven't even watched Ancient Aliens, but like what they did
Yeah.
is just ruining every time I want to use Babylonian mythology, basically. Because Anunnaki are really interesting, and I
know.
Yeah.
want to. I think I'm still gonna call these higher humans like Anunnaki in the southern continent because it's true to the real world term, but it's like it's nothing to do with that. Like the mythology is like read the fucking original source.
so instead of like an actual them coming from the sky or heavens, the empire they established in Testament Book 3, it's symbolic. There's Paradise Lost illusions. There's some Lovecraft in there, so it's symbolic
Nice.
of heaven. There's a guy who falls, but he doesn't actually fall from heaven. He falls in his status or whatnot. You'll see.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm always glad to
cool.
see more people like drawing from mythology and stuff. I think you're seeing more true to real world mythologies, but it's nice to see stuff reinterpreted it.
Oh yeah, no, I've spent years on this. Like I was debating pre-flood and post-flood in the film, and I'm like, which one should I do?
Deep lore.
But also, like, I feel like you guys shouldn't worry too much about that. Like, if people want to attach that to, like, ancient aliens guy, if you're trying to appeal to folks that actually like, actually studying different cultures and their history, there's really no fear of that being the simplification that will actually be taken into that, especially if you actually put your studies, what you actually learn about in your story in there.
Yeah, just ignore
Yeah.
that stuff. It's like if you're like, just reclaim it for whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I mean like the Book of
Yeah.
Enoch, or the 200 or some odd fallen angels. Like you have Azazel who taught us how to craft weapons. Okay, well that's not super that's not super technology. That's just how to craft weapons. So, the fallen angels taught us how to do just basic shit. that seems obvious. So you could argue that they just taught us how to farm and agriculture and all that stuff. So it doesn't necessarily have to be ancient technology or spaceships or anything. They could have just taught us how to not be savages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just debating the whole like Enki because there's just so many like Satan, the modern version of Satan. He's just a combination of a bunch of things. Because like Enki in Sumerian texts, like, well, he was a serpent, but it was actually good. But in the Bible, it's considered wrong. So like, there's different schools of thought. I did find a fallen angel called Sataniel, but I think Satan is just a title that is given to just devious bastards in the
Right.
Bible.
I remember hearing recently that it just means like, oh gosh, what does it mean? Just like opponent or something, or just like opponent isn't the word.
Yeah, someone said in the chat, have you heard of I, My, Me, Strawberry Eggs? Yeah, that had Crispin Freeman in it, and I only watched it because he was in Hellsing. But yeah, it's a funny story. It's a dude that he would, not to get sidetracked from aliens, but it's a dude who's a male teacher. He can't get the job because they only allow females, so he cross dresses.
The worst anime ever made.
Sounds
not
like
only-
anime.
So no, it's probably the worst anime ever made. Let me explain. So, he can't get a job except at an all-girls school, and they only hire female teachers. So of course he cross-dresses, and that's the whole premise. But that's not all. He is a gym teacher, and this one girl is having so much trouble running. She keeps tripping, and she clearly has some kind of neurological problem, and so she has to stay after school and get extra help from her gym teacher to not trip and fall on her face. And so then he ends up falling for this child. So he is in love with a girl who has mental problems, who is a minor, and he's cross-dressing to pretend to be her female teacher. It's so screwed up. What a disgusting story.
It's awesome.
Wow, sounds like something I'd watch.
But her incompetence is always just like portrayed as like, oh my god, so adorable, so feminine.
Oh yeah, so cute.
So it's like that.
Yes, being incompetent is feminine. I love that.
Yeah, it's like always brings up how she detests anime.
Oh no, I mean that's
No, but
That's
the
true.
overgeneralization of what it's like the negative stuff, like how females, the characters kind of comes from too.
I guess I don't think that anime represents anime in general.
I
It
think
is,
it's like the epitome of all the negative traits for it.
if you
For
combine
female
them
characters,
into one creature, then sure.
Into one creature. Oh my gosh. So how do we get there from Satan?
Ancient
I don't know.
aliens.
Oh,
No,
okay.
someone said.
We should aliens.
Ancient
yeah.
aliens and
Well, someone just mentioned in the
pedo
chat.
anime.
Yeah, well, no, Wadsworth mentioned it in the chat. It's a funny ass show. I've seen it. It's great.
Cool. Oh my gosh. This is amazing.
Yeah. So, like the modern Satan, he's just I think it's just a title given to figures. So there you go.
Interesting.
I don't think
It
there's.
is a opponent or something from what I remember hearing.
Well, yeah, in most modern depictions of Satan, the horns and the hooves, that's taken from like pagan figures like Pan, the goat guy, and it's just like that. No, if Satan,
Nunos?
in Satan, like he would be an angel or a seraph, so he would look like a chimera, he would look fucking weird, like
Well, it's
angels in the
all-
Bible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all mixed up because it's all mixed up like ancient, mythology, some Indo-European stuff, and then Babylonian stuff, like old Middle Eastern religions. Back when the religions there were polytheist religions, and that's all like kind of reworked and rewritten, and that's what the modern Judeo-Christian religions are. If you like go back in the text before undo the edits, I was just watching. There's this channel called Trade the Explainer. and he does stuff on mythology sometimes, and he was just going through what angels, like a true depiction of angels, are in the Bible.
Mhm.
They're like, there are different tiers of them, but
Yep.
their true forms apparently are these like horrifying monsters. Like the highest tier is like this creature with like giant rings, like wheels, spinning wheels that are covered in eyes and that's spinning around the figure. And then there's other ones that are just like a wad of eyeballs with like 6 wings like surrounding them, and
Yeah,
like
they-
apparently that's what their true forms are supposed to be.
Yeah, they look like something out of Lovecraft or Warhammer.
Right.
Angels look fucking awesome.
That's a really good channel too if you guys want to find out more about that stuff. I like it.
Oh yeah, there's also there's some good ones out there. There's Religion for Breakfast is really good. There's also I think it's just called Let's Talk Religion. I also heard one recently called Esoterica, which is just about a bunch of like kind of more esoteric mythology, and I definitely want to look into that, like mysticism and stuff. I love that stuff.
Yeah, Ariel is working on a story of hers. I'm not going to say too much. I don't know how much you want to say, but it has a lot to do with religion and mythology, and she's really
I guess I hadn't
like
I haven't
occult,
really talked
occult
about
stuff. And no, you haven't. I don't want to talk about it if you don't want to.
Right.
But she is really interested in like mythology, so
It's fine. It's like I just haven't really talked about myself online in general very much. But like like my little baby that I've been trying to write for a very long time. As I'm learning to write in general, is an adaptation of the Quest for the Holy Grail from King Arthur mythology, and so learning a lot of stuff about religion, and I think religion is interesting, and also just like mysticism and stuff in general. That stuff always really fascinates me.
Yeah. Speaking of Irene, I sent you my next arc, not books 1 to 3, but 4 to 6. What did you think? Or
Oh shit! I saw you sent me a wall of text, but then I was
I know,
tired, so
because I was out.
I haven't-
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
haven't
I'm
read it. I was way too tired. I forgot to read it today.
I mean, I didn't even describe the entire arc. I just had 2 ideas. I couldn't settle on one. It would be huge walls of text if I sent you the arc.
Right.
Yeah.
I will take a look. I'll take a look after stream and let you know.
I tried to condense it, so it's still a wall of text, but I tried to condense it.
Okay, it's cool. I know what that stuff is like. That's the kind of shit I send to Nick and Ariel and force them to read all the time. So.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I force my friends to read all my stuff. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? And then I send them a fucking novel.
Yep, exactly. I've done that before.
Awesome.
I do apologize. Yeah, very, very cool. I feel like we're coming up on it. It's been like over 2 hours, so I should probably start wrapping up.
Yeah, it's almost been 3 hours.
Holy shit! This was a long stream. Okay, let me fix this color real quick, because I decided to change where her arm is. Oh yeah, I gotta go do my Duolingo lessons before it's too late.
You're what?
Duolingo? I'm learning Spanish and Japanese. It's mostly Spanish right now. Duolingo,
okay.
The app, it actually works. It works really well. I have been improving.
Yeah, I gotta prepare for the Japanese invasion, so learn that Japanese.
What, the Chinese invasion?
The Japanese. Manga has taken over. The Japanese.
Okay. Oh, it's like, I mean, it could be either. Yes, I've been preparing for that for a long time. There you go. There is Ragna and Yomi. Yay. So, next week, there we go. Everyone enjoyed that. That was fun. That was fun to do. Next week, I actually just remembered, I'm going to have the Cryptidnals guys on. So,
What?
The Cryptidnals. The Cryptid, that Cryptid comic.
Oh, yeah, I know it. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they are going to be on. I just booked them right before we started the stream. So, it'll mostly be that. If I do get to drawing, I'll do, I don't know. I'll do something. I'll think of something. I'll probably do the boys or something. Or maybe I'll do some cryptid thing if I do have any time for drawing. That would be a cool theme. So, next week won't, instead of the manga talk, we'll push that to the week afterwards. We're going to have the Cryptidnals guys on. They're really awesome. And yeah, Nick and Ariel, I sent you guys that campaign.
Yeah,
There's
I
one.
know. I've been looking through it.
It was the one with like the image of El Nyango. It was looked like the Ugathal. And I was like, this looks like something from Pathfinder.
Right.
Yeah. So
Cool.
that'll be awesome. So stay tuned next week. It's a very, very awesome Indiegogo campaign. That is the Cryptindles. I'm going to put... Oh, yes. Frog G just linked it. Thank you. I was going to type it. So there you go. It's very awesome. They will be on next week. And let me go through the chat in case I missed anything. Oh,
Tickle the
Lola!
Chimera to see if we can different tone.
What? Hi, Lola! Yes, we're still good, but we're about to end. I went much longer than I thought I would. Yes, I should start reading the chat. I'm sorry, we got too into talking about mythology and anime, but I will go through the chat right now. Tickle the algorithm. Smash the like, ding the bell. Tickle the YouTube algorithm lovingly. Do it. Yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I think I'm like 700 something, so I'm like, ooh, I should try to get to 1,000 by, I don't know, end of the month, maybe? Maybe if I go on some more streams from other people, I'd be able to hit that. So that would be cool, because then I can, like, YouTube unlocks a bunch of things for you when you have 1,000 subscribers, so I can do... Super chats would be nice. I don't know if they let me, because I'm not, like, very censored or anything. I swear all the time. But, I'd be able to, like, make different kinds of posts and stuff. So that would be cool. So subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit like. So... and come back next week, because we stream every week. Red Valkyrie's here! Hello! Hi! Thanks for joining. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I will, I'll see if I can hop on this Friday. I don't know. I'm usually very busy on Fridays, but, I will be on one of these auctions. I will find a way to be on one of them. Wolverine, thank you very much. Norrin Rad says, get Erin monetized. Yes, get me monetized so I can start making money off YouTube. I mean, that was never a goal. I just like to be on here and talk to people. But if I could be monetized, that would be fantastic. Because why not? Like, I like making money.
You can actually set up Streamlabs right now. You don't need 1,000 subscribers.
Streamlabs? Well,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I can get super chats through Streamlabs. That's right. But the thing is, I don't know how to get multiple people on. I have a Streamlabs, but I don't know how to get multiple people on a Streamlabs because I want to be able to talk to like multiple people. So the only way I know how to do that is through StreamYards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll figure out a way. I do have Stream. That's how if you look at my older video, just me talking and drawing. So that was through OBS and Streamlabs. So
Yeah, I saw some videos recommended to me like 5 years ago, and you had pink hair. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, oh, it's Irene. I'm like, oh.
It was red hair. I used to tie my hair red, but then I saw because I didn't want to ruin my hair.
It was pink.
It was, okay, whatever you say. It was red. Okay.
Yeah, no.
True bypass YouTube. I'll try. Let's see. It's fine, she says. Oh, yes! If RV can get supers with our stuff, he totes can. What's that? RV? Stuff?
Super chats, maybe.
Oh, maybe. I hope so. Just a Streamlabs interfacing kind of plugin. I'll look into it, because that would be nice if I could just, like, get multiple people on the stream, but also take super chats, and I don't know. That would be very nice. Yes, another plug for the Cryptindles. Thank you very much. Yeah, alright. How about everyone tell the chat where they can find you, and let's carry on with our nights.
Right.
Yeah.
AC Zamudio. You can find me at that handle on Twitter and Instagram. What about you?
Carlos Nick Zamudio. You can either find me by my name, which apparently sounds very confusing, and also Ink-Imp. Probably in most places, even though I don't say much anywhere.
Ink-Imp Nick. And yeah, Nick is my colorist on Fiendish, so if you're trying to find him and he's not replying, you can just contact me. I know he's not on Twitter a lot. I say that every time now, but it's true. Alright, Chimera?
Yeah, just Chimera. I linked it in the chat. I don't want to use Twitter. I'm forced to use Twitter to promote my stuff. I hate Twitter.
Oh, I know the feeling. Well, honestly, that's how I feel about Facebook. I detest Facebook more than Twitter at this point.
You're still on Facebook. I deleted that like years ago.
Oh, it was really good for promoting myself until recently, and I realized like Twitter is marginally better. It all depends on the people you come across, though, you know. Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, I just post art, so usually it's pretty nice. Yeah. So that's where you can find these people. Chimera, not Chimera. Chimera's at Chimera the Hut. And last but not least, Fiendish! Back, Fiendish! We are trying to we are past our 20k stretch goal, which means we have 4 trading cards, and we're trying to go for the 25,000 stretch goal, which means 4 more pages will be added to the comic, and I'm very excited about that. So if you would like to see the comic both in full color and also with 4 extra pages, which will be a giant book, it'll be like a 60-page book, then tell people about Fiendish, share the link, and back it. And I think I still have art books. I think there's only been 2 now, so there's 2 more left, so get in on those while you can. I have 2 more art books that are available. So yeah, check that out, everyone. And alright, that's that. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it, as always. Join us next week for the Cryptindles, guys, and some drawing of cryptids and spooky monsters that lurk in the dark. And have a good night.
Thanks for joining us, chat.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye, y'all.